could real quick please change your display name for your avatar to your character name. Keeps things a bit cleaner with my macros.
Mm-hmm.
Mechanical keyboard there, Devin?
Yeah, sorry. It's
Sounds like you're just hammering away at him. My son has a mechanical keyboard and his it's the same sounds.
I love those. Those are the best.
Yeah, just the first name, please.
Oh, okay.
Devin, just the first name of your character. Basically, so that it matches your token, and then the macro I have is whispers at token. So. Which I've got to fix anyhow, so here, one thing.
Bad kitty.
All right. So we just started starting round 7 in the dungeon/encounter area. You guys can go ahead and roll initiative for the new round. Antixos' protection has expired, and Antixos' sleep has expired.
So should I roll one for Zilpha and one for Larry since she's not mounted right now?
Yeah.
I'll need 2 attacks per round for a car and Edward. I can't remember if a car or was a car in his first or second attack round, but either way, we'll need it.
He had 2 that were identical last round, or did you just roll? Did you already roll?
I just rolled, yeah, for a car.
No, it's still a flat 13. It doesn't have the tiebreaker yet, so. This should be a 2 attack round for him, so if you just change the second one to the.
Okay, now.
Does anybody else need multiples?
No, I just realized I accidentally rolled for my bow and I was using the mace, but it's the same speed, so it doesn't really matter. I won't be able to have a second attack.
Oh, 7. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort real quick so that it you can see what's up. You can find stuff easier.
Okay, why is her...
Shannon, go ahead and add 6 for Larry's second hoof attack. Add 6 to that. So Devin, how we do the initiative is when you have a creature with multiple attacks with like dual wielding or claw bite, that kind of thing. You add the creature or weapon initiative to the initiative of the first attack. If you have multiple attacks, like a bow firing 2 times or specialists getting multiple attacks per round, you add 100 to the second attack. That way it sorts all the first attacks go, and then second attacks will fire off.
Okay, so you don't.
Oh, and I need Ed's second one as well.
Are you able to edit the round counter?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, just reset it to 5. It's actually going to be starting the 6th in a second. I added the second for Ed. And okay, I'm showing car at 13.
Yeah.
I don't see a new initiative for a car. I see one for his horse.
That
oh no,
should be the one I rolled.
he rolled a double odd on the tiebreaker. That's why.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. He rolled a double odd on the tiebreaker.
So on the hoof attack, they're not
And-
simultaneous.
With that?
On the horse's hoof attack, they're not simultaneous. Both hooves coming down at once.
No, it's one then right hoof then left hoof, basically.
Okay,
Or
but there's
either way,
actually
whichever
delay
it is.
between the initiative. Okay.
Horse
Yeah.
is fighting orcs.
Okay. I think I got everything I did edited.
Yeah, we're like level 4.
Still 3 levels higher than me.
2 levels higher than me.
Yeah. Okay, so resetting the 7 rounds on it. It is combat round number 6, and Ed is first.
Okay, coming in at.
Do you like that? It's
All
cleared
good.
everything for you.
All right. So let's see, 24 is 24 squares is how many feet? It's times 5. It's
Well, remember, if the horse is encumbered, it's lower.
oh, that's right.
We didn't change that.
Right. So what's it down to? Let's see, 1,
Was that light or heavy?
5, 7, 8. Light. Or this is a riding horse?
I'm pretty sure we figured out that the weights came out that it was the horse is heavily encumbered, which brings the movement down to 8.
8? Okay. That's almost there. I went 9.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So let's see here. Let me check auras.
Ooh, the auras thing's
I can-
coming up on mine too.
I can see it too.
Oh, that's because I had all of you guys have control of them at the moment, because I didn't know who was going to actually be controlling them yet. And
Why
I
is-
didn't change that since I set that earlier this week.
I thought I had him fixed. Where is it? Yet? Yeah, why is that not working? It's not working on Ed's.
Maybe you have both of the tokens selected or something.
Oh, yeah, that's probably it. Yep, thank you.
That'll do it. Okay, so the stuff from Ed and Ed Taurus Buckaroo will not spawn to everybody.
Yeah, for some reason it's still not
And,
working.
and for the time being, were you going to control a car, Josh?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, at the moment, I was going to go ahead and work it out, but if you want to, go ahead. It should be a lot cleaner and set up better. I mean, all the numbers should be right. He just doesn't have the ambidextrity that you'd given him the last time is all.
Let's see.
Okay, just trying to check the ranges properly. All right, it's long range. I can run double movement instead, right? So I can go 16.
Yes, since it does have
Okay.
writing. Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, and then we can go on to the next movement as I work that out.
Okay. Guard.
That's fancy.
Uh-huh. Okay, this orc guard is attacking a car. It's war act. Working daylight -1. No damage. He missed the car. Goblin 3. It's not asleep anymore. You can see, I don't know if the others can, that appears to be fleeing. Your turn. Vic.
He's running. Okay. Oops, that wasn't meant to move. Why did I do that? Let's see here. Okay, it's long range for the shot. I assume I get the backstab bonus being unaware of me.
Don't have you
Oh.
showing is that you were stealthed yet. So
Didn't do that at the end of last
you get
round.
the rear attack, but yeah.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Oh yeah, you one-shotted, but you didn't put your ninja mask on, so I couldn't tell.
Oh,
Also, while this is going on, I'm going to try from my little cupboard to make banging noises. I guess in a ditch effort, if it's a good time, I'll try to like push with all my might, which isn't much, but try to push the door open.
Okay. If you go ahead and click on your token and click on the checks macro, the token action for that says #checks.
Yeah.
Click on the abilities that pops up in your chat,
And open.
and then it'll pop a drop down menu. Select bend bars lift gates, and it will do a bend bars lift gates check for you.
All right. Yeah, definitely. This is definitely going to work.
That was on this one.
yeah, the one that just ran out. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
You hit him.
I imagine at least I make noise while doing so.
And he goes down.
I saw blood, even in the black patch.
Okay.
Vic, you are hearing some banging and thumping coming from about there.
Alright, I come around the corner. Do I see the door? I think I see the door from that point of view.
Hello, is
Yeah, you see the door here.
is anybody out there? Hello, anybody? It's a little cramped in here.
Alright, let me run my check, see if I hear anything.
Oh, you can hear him.
No, he doesn't hear me. I'm trapped in here forever.
Okay.
Okay. Good old sniper today. Awesome. Okay, the door handle's on the other side of the door. So
Okay.
I don't think you can get there.
I got there. That's as far as I get right there.
Yeah. Okay. Larry's turn.
Yeah, I think I accidentally turned him a minute ago. If I remember correctly, he was actually side by side with her, wasn't he? That?
No, that was his facing before at the end
It
because
was?
you had
Okay.
you were just hopping down.
Okay, that's right. Like they were side by side. Okay, then he's going to attack this guy right here with his kick attack. That's a rear attack, I assume?
Yes, it is.
So that would be +2.
Yep. And that did not hit.
I got a bunch of error messages about because it said I didn't pick ammo. Did you know his hoof doesn't have ammo?
You selected none when it asked for ammo, right?
That's correct.
I'm gonna check that.
Is it because we have a number in the range slot? I mean, what's it checking on it?
No, when you select none for ammo, it should just not do anything. But
Okay. Did you get the messages before or after the ammo bit, Shannon?
It's between when I clicked the attack and I chose hoof, and honestly, I didn't notice. I only noticed it after. I was clicking. I wasn't looking over
that's
there.
because the horse doesn't have ammo fields on his character sheet.
Well, that makes sense. That'll only happen for
Okay.
Larry and not for anybody else.
Yeah, new implementation. There's bugs. Okay. I didn't expect that if they wasn't using any ammo, they would need to have the fields in the character sheet still, though. Okay. Okay, so Larry's attack missed. Goblin. And also running, if you can see him.
Mm-hmm.
Cars kick. Or horses kick, excuse me.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna kick this orc right here in the back.
Huh?
can't believe Akar didn't name his.
After the lashing you gave him about for his horse,
And,
went
and I
ahead
know you got the spam also because I was just adding the ammo fields to the character sheet. Sorry about that slight oversight.
I got Ed's horses named already, and she goes, horse has a name now too, so you don't yell at me.
Armor class 1 for 6 damage. Wow.
Way to go, Akar's horse.
It's right in the back.
Okay, the orc staggers forward, yowling in pain. And now it's his turn.
Oh, great.
Whirls around. And can you turn your auras off, please? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
And swings at a car's horse. That hits for 4.
Boo! The car's horse is the tits.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with the car's horse. Boo.
Zilpha was also thinking, don't fuck with Akar's horse, so you might have something to say about this.
Another goblin is.
Ha ha. Dumb fucking goblins.
And
Falling asleep on the job, waking up and running away.
another one.
Alright, so
And it's the car's turn.
a car is going to face this goblin or orc that just stabbed his horse. And he's going to give it a what for? With his, let's see, with his spear. Sure.
Yeah, that's what he had in the hand.
Oh, hitting AC 10. That was with a +1 for flanking.
That still didn't hit. Alright, Zilpha with your mace.
Zilpha's pissed at this little dude right here. He just like smacked the crap out of Akar's horse. So Zilpha's gonna turn. She's gonna whack this guy right in the back with her mace. And I assume that's a back attack,
Okay.
so +2.
Correct. That will hit, and
Yeah. Don't screw with the
You got-
animals.
like that. You like the little flavor there?
That was
Okay,
really
Larry's
nice.
kick.
He's gonna attack. He's gonna kick the guy in front of Akar, between Akar and Zilpha again. Oh, doggone it, Shannon. Select the right. There we go. That's a back attack.
Yes, it is.
Doggone it. Larry, get your shit together.
And it missed. Okay, the last goblin. Also for these.
Pussy.
Just destroy his self-esteem, then you just won't have the will to attack.
Oh, I plan on destroying more than
And
his
the
self-esteem.
car's horse.
Grab him by the pussy.
Giving it himself. Wow.
Oh, this really is a wonderful time to be alive.
All right, so Akar's horse is going to he's going to move up to this new target fearlessly. And whoops, there we go. And he's going to flank this one little orky orc left, and he's going to flank attack him with his lefty hoof. AC3, 1 damage.
He is still fighting. Antixis.
Okay. Antixos. I'm going to turn on some auras here. Oh, that's right. I need to edit the ranges, multiply by 5. Okay, so 50, 100, 200.
You didn't do your house.
Okay, turn auras off. Short, medium. Boom. All right. He's going to do a half move. No. Yeah, he does. He's going to have to do a half move. Okay. For this horse, actually, I can do a full move on the horse and still fire. Let's see. The horse moves 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares. And he's going to do what is that, flanking from here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to do a slingshot called shot.
Nice. You got this.
So -3. I use sling bullets. Miscellaneous attack bonus. -3 to hit. Yeah. AC 8. I have 75 bullets left. Dumb old orc. Forgot to look my way.
Okay, and second attack.
I did double move, so do I get that other attack or no?
Oh, okay. No. Nope.
Okay.
You were too busy spurring the horse on.
Yep. So I thought, and I'd move 6 to get there. Do I get the second attack still with Kvik?
No. With a half move, we'll actually do, but not with a full move.
Okay.
So, a car second goes to. He hasn't moved. He's good.
Go a car. Got this.
Stabby, stabby, I'm guessing.
Definitely going to do some stabby, stabby. Yeah, he's gonna turn to face this orc. Definitely stabby, stabby with. Yeah, this is one of those rounds where he would get a multiple attack. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it is.
AC2
Oh,
5
yeah.
damage.
And that orc is still standing. He's pissed,
Are you
but he's
serious?
still standing. Okay, end of the round. Go ahead and start rolling initiatives. The goblins duck under bushes and escape.
Yeah, look at that good roll I did. Yeah, dog.
One lovely little orc to roll initiative for. Barrett, go ahead and roll initiative for your character also.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, you're kind of stuck. You failed your Benbar's check, so never mind. Doesn't really matter. You can't do anything really except holler.
Well, that's what I continue to do, I guess.
This is true. Actually, you might want to just give the initiative macro a try so you see how it works.
Okay. This is initiative, like it still says like sling bullet. Oh yeah, I guess that's because of weapons, yeah.
Yeah, you have to choose what you're going to do for the round before the round.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So whether you're doing, for it being a halfling, when you do medium or small unarmed action, stuff like that.
And for
Okay, has everybody rolled?
and for Larry, it was +5, right, for his second attack. Making sure I remember that, right?
+6 for large.
+6. Okay, see, there you go. This is why I check these things. My memory is flaky.
Uh-huh.
Good now.
Okay. Combat round 7, 8 rounds in the dungeon. Zephyr.
Zelpha, that's freaking Larry. Zelpha's gonna turn this way and bash this guy in the back of the head with her mace. That's a back attack.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
+2
hey,
to
hey.
hit.
That'll do, pig.
That will do it. And he goes down with a crushed skull. Okay.
Alright, a car's going to jump on his horse.
Don't ride off yet. I need to heal that horse. Whatever you do, it's up to
Okay. So I will now remove the horse's initiative because it works at his now.
When he gets mounted up, he's gonna yeah. He's going to there's no orcs like in here, is there? Like that I can't see or something?
If there'd be anything, they'd be below the house or south of the house.
Like underneath tokens or
You
anything like that?
don't see anymore.
Okay, good.
No.
Yeah.
Underneath tokens.
Yeah. A car is going to take off Ed's ring and toss it to him in passing. Let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that's the end of the car's turn. So I'm just going to take that off of his character sheet.
Yeah, I'll move the I gotta move the macros back from a car to Edward then. Does he say anything when he does that?
Do I need to
I need you to roll
Dex to
for
save
him to
it?
give up a magic item.
Say what?
She asked if you say anything as you toss it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says,
tosses the ring back to Edward.
yeah, he says, here's your ring.
Nice.
Looks like it says quantity 2 out of 2 for some reason.
Okay, you can have it back.
And it's in ammunition for some reason. Valiant ring, quantity 2 out of 2.
Yes, because it has a limited number of uses per week.
Okay.
Which is why they got 2 macros up there for the ring and then the recharges.
Yeah.
But I'll set those back up on Edward's character. So you're going to have to adjust the 2 hits modifiers for Edward there. Correct.
Okay. So what was that again? Sorry.
It just gave a +1 to hit, right?
Yeah, +1 to hit.
It gives a +1 to hit, but it also has a thing where you can activate it.
Yeah, Ring of Valor or whatever it was.
Valiant ring, yeah.
Yeah. Made you do max damage when you spent a charge.
For X number of rounds, right?
All right, Larry is going to stay next to Zilpha because not going to ride off without her. He will turn to make it easier for her to mount, though. No, she's facing this way. And he is done. There's nobody to attack. He'll just wait till she can mount.
Okay. Yep. Those macros are back on Ed.
Okay, thanks.
So you see him as token action.
Quantity, is that 1 out of 2 for the ring, or is it? Did he use it? Have we used it twice?
He has used it. It was actually used once in the last week. He used it once in the tower against the shaman.
Oh, and we haven't activated it again. Okay, just once. All right, good. Ed says thanks as he's bobbling to catch it, but he doesn't. At least thought the 12 dex was right at his dex save, just enough to actually catch it. Thank you. As
You
glad
could
I
actually use the, check macro for that.
was it? Use? What did I miss?
You could actually use the ability checks macro for that. That's what it's for.
Yeah, well.
It's fine. Just keep going. But
Yeah. So he's like, I'm glad I got here in time to save you all.
That's so Edward.
That's so Edward.
Alright, so that's where he rides up to.
Honestly, I don't know what Edward would say because he talked so little. I don't
Yeah.
remember him ever role-playing anything.
Yeah, I know.
So that'll change a little bit.
Yeah.
Yay.
Honestly, he did most of his role playing in whispers to me.
Great. That's, yeah.
He didn't say much out loud.
Apparently he was a little shy.
Okay. So is that done?
Yeah, I mean, he's said his thing and he's rode up a little bit closer, checking things out. And I mean, we're still kind of like in initiative mode here, or we're just kind of opening up now?
Yeah, we're just gonna finish the round here because of
Okay.
what's happening with certain things here. So.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, seeing the goblins run off in the shrubs, and I'm not going to be able to catch them, and they've disappeared anyways, right? So, focus my attention on the door, and I know they came out of the door, so I don't feel it's locked. I'll check the door. Does it open up?
It's not actually latched. It's just like the tiny bit off, but
Partially open.
with how
Okay.
small you are, yeah. Give me a open doors roll with a +4 bonus.
All right.
It's just that
Checks.
heavy.
Right. Ability checks, strength. Oh, open doors. Open normal doors, right?
Yep, open normal doors with a +4 to the modifier.
Rah.
Okay, you are able to open the door.
Oh!
Let me open it on the dynamic lighting.
So,
Okay. Go ahead.
as
I assume I
Okay,
hear the noise.
You hear
off
the
the
large
right.
door right next to your ear, Barrick. Give a bit of a creak and then bump against the wardrobe that you're stuck in. She kind of told the other player a little bit too
So-
much, but
So what do I? Well, I heard noise coming from my left, so I had a pretty good look at the room from the window before. What do I see in
Right.
front of me here? What's on the wall?
there's
Can I
really not
actually
much on
come
the
out?
wall. The shutters
Not
on
yet.
the wall here are kind of half broken and pulled half off their hinges. There's a gigantic bed frame that looks like it's been cracked and broken up. One of the rails from the side of the bed here has been ripped off. Has been dropped down to wedge the doors of the wardrobe closed.
Okay, single door to the wardrobe, double
And it-
door.
And you hear the bumping and thumping and kicking from inside the wardrobe.
Hello? Hello? Anybody out there?
I don't say anything. I'm looking at the situation. So it just looks like it's propped against a single door. It's a single door to the wardrobe.
Yeah. Correct.
I'm as you can probably guess, I'm not an orc. If you would let me out, that would be great. Please. I've been in here for days. It's so claustrophobic.
What's your name?
Hello. My name is Barrack Hills. What's yours?
Not important right now.
Oh, okay then. I'm just a halfling priest of Latex. I mean no harm.
All right, I'm still looking over the situation. I'll check the see if does it look like it's rigged up as a trap or just as a block? Do I need to roll a check for that or?
Just looks like it's being wedged closed.
Okay, no obvious signs of that it was set up to trap. Okay. All right, I'll.
No. It does look like it's wedged in there pretty solidly.
All right. What, a strength check to open doors thing again?
Benmar's lift gates. With actually having to force the door open to get in, you don't have another action to take, so.
Right, okay, so I'm sitting here. All right.
So,
right.
Larry. Okay, I'm going to start pulling the extra stuff off the round counter, and we're just going to go to kind of Antixos and Company, etc.
Okay. Yeah.
We're out of combat now. So we're out of combat rules. When you do your movement, you can do twice your normal movement. And Josh knows the drill. Shannon knows the drill.
Yeah. Yeah, twice your movement rate in squares is how far you can move, and you can still do whatever action you want to do with each of your characters or whatever. Yeah. So Antixos is going to actually does it look like there's enough room to actually ride horses into the cabin? Like, is the cabin door tall enough for that?
Yes, the cabin door is 15 feet wide and 30 feet tall.
Yeah, that's big enough.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, so yeah, they are going to ride into the cabin.
I'm still here. Hey.
Clop, 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 clop.
It'll follow him in.
I hear horses. You would have happened to have seeing a riding boar out there
clop,
too.
Clop, clop, clop,
Yeah.
clop, clop, clop.
Quick comes over, says, sees and takes us coming up, and Edward behind him here in a little bit.
Is this door shut?
Was open.
It's open.
Okay, just gonna step through.
Through it, it's open.
Clop, clop.
Oh, I can't.
I think I need a hand getting this bar out of the way. There's someone caught in here, someone by the name of Barrick.
Yep.
Says he's a priest.
Oh, those priests. Always getting into tough spots. Well, anybody got a rope? Because we got 3 horses.
More of a tight spot.
Edward comes up and let me check it out first.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. Are we out of combat now? Can I
Yeah.
mountain ride in too?
We're out of combat, but we're keeping the turns based on you do your actions as I cycle through. Or
Okay.
just keeping the initiative order that it was. So you do you and your henchman, etc.
So Edward's not supposed to be doing anything right now because it's my turn?
No, he's
Really,
with
we're
you.
going to be a whole minute apart?
Yeah,
I know. I
actually,
just kind of walked in because I thought it were kind of all on parallel turns, like when we were in the dungeon. We just moved together when we. I mean.
She just said that we were taking turns.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense that way, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get Ed back there real quick. So, Barrick. You don't really have many options right now.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to do was...
We're going on turn initiative like this through in dungeons. If you can move, which I know you're kind of stuck at the moment, you can move twice your normal movement, your combat movement in squares on the map. You can ask a question, and like you're looking at something, or perform an action. And you get your full movement and an action whereas like in combat you get your movement and half movement and an action, etc. So that's how this works when we're out of combat.
Oh, okay then.
So is it my turn? Is it my turn yet? Can I take my turn now?
You did your movement. You didn't do an action yet, right, Josh?
Yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to, maybe see if there's something in the room that I can use to hitch up these two horses to pull apart whatever Barrick is caught inside of. Oh, no.
Okay,
It's this thing. This thing right here is jamming it shut, right? Okay, so yeah, I just want to have
wedged in between the broken bed frame and the wardrobe.
Yeah, I just want to have the horses kick it out. Just give it a nice swift kick with their back hooves to kick it towards the wall, whatever that thing is.
Okay. Give me an attack roll versus armor class 10.
Okay.
Wait, so you're not kicking like the door in, you're kicking like the thing blocking it away, right?
Yeah, kicking it to the side.
I know. I'm just wondering, because yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Right hoof. Okay. Any attack bonuses?
No, just versus armor class 10.
Okay. AC 5, 6 damage.
Okay. Kick it out of the...
So
And that ends my turn.
Well, that was the move and the action, so...
Yep, my turn's over.
Okay. Barry.
Okay, so if he kicks
the loud thump and banging.
Yeah, so if he kicks the door out of the way,
and the
then
entire cupboard are in rattles. Okay.
So yeah, if you kick like the thing blocking the door out of the way,
switch layers.
I was kind of
you are able to easily push the door back.
Yeah, I would have been pushing with all my might and kind of not expecting for it to so quickly move away. So as kind of the door like gives in, I kind of stumble out on the ground, and then probably like face first into where like the horses are. Kind of like that shocks me a bit, and bit of sensory overload. Not used to light, but kind of like I kind of get up, and look around.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and describe your character to the others.
Okay, yeah. So when he steps out, you kind of see a halfling, a bit shorter than the average halfling, and a bit stockier, with like a kind of long, tangled, dirty blonde hair and bright brown eyes. He is still pretty young, but kind of has a weathered yet jovial complexion. And although he has what kind of nice outdoorsy clothes, they're kind of bit dirty and crumpled from being trapped in a cupboard for so long. But yeah, as he kind of steps out, he kind of stumbles a bit, falls on the ground, then looks up, gets up, kind of dusts himself off the bed, and he's like, "Oh well, thank you for that. Yeah, it's been in there for quite some while, and I guess that would end my turn."
Okay. You guys want to describe your characters so that he knows what he's seeing there when he sees you guys, and describe yourselves for him.
This guy over here, under the ping, is a halfling, a very thin-build halfling. Kind of got a wild look to him, kind of ragged clothes, wild hair that's just going everywhere, black hair. But the right side of his face is looks like one big burn scar. He's got a staff sling in his hand, just eyeing you up and down, giving you the look.
Well, it's nice to see a fellow halfling. It's been a while since I've seen a creature that isn't green.
Okay. Okay, so where we're at now, I need to type out a couple of paranoia notes if you guys want to your free move for your tokens for the moment. Get your group together, etc. And I got a couple notes to send to individual characters for different reasons.
You probably didn't keep my stuff around, but so I'll be looking for that at the moment while everyone else is gathering around. I mean, I kind of I smile a bit, but I look extremely uncomfortable because I kind of just innately none of it's kind of natural after being trapped for so long that you're a bit wary, but I try to keep up kind of a positive demeanor around you guys.
Okay. Shannon, where'd you get off to?
What did you say?
There you are. Okay.
I'm back.
I didn't see where you moved your tokens to. Okay, so Antixos, I just sent you a message.
Yeah, I see.
And go ahead and describe yourself to Barrick.
Okay. So, Antixos is a very young man. Approximately, let's see, where's height, weight, and age on here? Approximately 18, and he's about 5'5", a bit portly, so weighing in at about 162 pounds, pretty tubelardy looking dude. So I'm just gonna drop a picture of him on the game table just so you can see what he looks like. I think I can do that as a player.
I can look at your character sheet.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can see my character sheet.
Yeah,
so
you can see
he's
the bio section on your character sheet. So.
yeah, about 5'5". So his head is shorn bald, no hair whatsoever. He's got like a double and a triple chin, and he's wearing let's see, like a wizard's robes and breeches underneath, and a tunic with a belt and some belt pouches. He's got a backpack on his back with a scroll case kind of sticking out of it. And his backpack looks kind of bulky, like it's got rectangular shaped objects inside, or at least one. You can see sticking through the fabric of his backpack, or the leather, or whatever. Yeah, it's leather. And he's wearing soft shoes, so not obviously wasn't expecting to be riding. And whoops, he is basically a big-boned young man with blue eyes. He has crow's feet at the corners of his eyes, and his head is shorn with a razor. Like I said, black hair, so his eyebrows and his eyelashes are black, and then he has blue eyes. And he just says, "Go, you're free."
Well, I am not quite sure where to go, or honestly, I'm not entirely sure where I am. I was kidnapped a while ago. Um, I came from the for God, I forgot the name. Hold on. What's the name of the
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, my character. It's I'm a bit flustered right now, but
It's understandable. You just came out
so
of a box or something? What was that?
I think it was a cabinet. I
Oh,
there were dirty clothes in there, but
that's pretty rough.
yeah.
Okay. So let me do a little bit of description stuff for you guys. You see, yes, Vic. You see into the cupboard now that the cupboard / wardrobe now that it's open, and it looks like it contains scraps of several gigantic robes and a pair of thick sandals large enough for a halfling to use as a bed. It apparently has been.
Ew.
The
Ew.
the bed frame here looks like it's been slowly just broken up and ripped apart. The actual mattress and stuff has been is long gone. There's a few scraps of straw and wool scattered around on the floor underneath where the bed frame is.
Yeah, I kind of as
There
you're
you go.
looking around like must have been about 3 months by now. I've been being around these folks, if I guess you could call them. No sort of company for a priest such as myself, but I guess I didn't have much choice. Yeah, I was originally an acolyte at Chapel of Latex in Enward Keep, but I assume you know us now that isn't really around anymore. So I've been here, sleeping in a giant sandal. You can't imagine just the pain of not having 3 breakfasts. It's just, what kind of barbarians don't have a 3rd breakfast? I would also I would try to be searching around if they still have my stuff. Like I have a large backpack, like with kind of like all of my supplies kind of around. I don't know what they would have done with that. I mean, I didn't really buy a boar, but kind of on the assumption that they ate my poor pet boar a while ago too. But yeah, I'll be looking around for my backpack.
The car's over here, right?
Jack, he's right here.
The car, give me a hand over here.
Isn't it still Barrick's turn, or what?
I just say you guys kind of get a little free minute while I'm catching up with notes and stuff, and do you interact and just give me a heads up what you're doing.
And Tixos
I'm
laughs.
get past the initiative stuff because you're pretty much past all that now. I'm
Okay.
actually gonna close the turn order. Come to think of it.
Okay. Yeah, and Tixos laughs as Barrick talks about 3 breakfasts, and he says, well, it seems you're my kind of guy. I love a big breakfast. Burp.
Well, a man who's a fan of big breakfasts is a friend of mine. As I said, I'm Barrick Hills. May I have the pleasure of knowing the names of my rescuers?
I'm Antixos Isilius, I think. But I don't remember where I'm from or what I'm doing here. I too was rescued in a manner such as this by these adventurers, one of whom
By me,
apparently
Saskovic.
has recently perished.
Oh well, sorry to hear that. But why, may I ask why you happened to come along here? Of course, I'm grateful, but
Oh, bother.
you know, just curiosity's sake.
Burnsguard halfling finally looks up and says, "This was the house of a giant at one time that we had passed some time ago, and we learned of his death, so we came back to check it out. Apparently, it was a friendly giant that was trading with some of the locals of the area. You know anything about that?"
Unfortunately, the thing I only really know about this giant, or I'm at least acquainted with, is his sandals. By the time, out of character, would I know, like, did the orcs kill giant?
No, it was another giant that killed this one.
Oh yeah, then I wouldn't be aware of that. Yeah, I wouldn't know what happened to.
You were with the orcs? The orcs were carrying you around?
Yeah. When they sacked Enwar Keep, I guess they decided it would be funny to keep a halfling around to heal them and cook their food, and that's been going on for 3 months now.
Quick chuckles at the irony of a different situation.
Yeah. It's been rough. That's definitely for sure. Well, at least that's over now.
So, the halfling speaks to you in valuable, which is your halfling language. Or no, not valuable. It's crap. Hervani, right? Hervani is the native language. So, how long you been away from volleyball?
No, not the halfling.
What is the halfling language? Because we know that I had Hervani as native.
Oh, no, your native is Salto.
Talto. Why did I put Talto then? Is that an extra one on top of the ones I already know? I mean, the one that I got? I've had that messed up then.
Aren't there like two different kind of halfling like ethnic cultures, and do they both speak Azalto?
Yes, there are. The other halfling language is more closely related to the dwarven language than to the elven, as the Azalto is. Quick, where are you?
Oh, shoot. That's why it's happened. I was messing up with the wrong character sheet. That's why.
That will make a difference. Yeah.
Let's look at the right one.
Properly.
Yeah, there we go. That looks better. It's also right. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, the Burnsguard halfling looks at you and speaks in Assalto to you. So how long you been away from volleyball?
It's it's been actually quite some time since volleyball. I've been working in the keep for a while as the chapel, and I was an acolyte there for some time. It's been a while since I've seen home, but honestly, kind of the church is my home. But it's been 3 months since then.
Long time.
Yeah.
He looks away from you. A car.
So Barrick.
Or a car. I don't even know Edward's here yet.
So Barrick, you see right here. You see a human female on a magnificent horse. And she's about 5'7", about 125 pounds. She is not particularly attractive, not pretty in the face. But her brown eyes, if you look at them, you kind of get the sense that she's seen some things in the world, and she's got some wisdom from her experiences. She looks very sturdy and healthy, and she hops down in a very practiced movement off of the horse, and she walks up to you with great enthusiasm and goes, "Oh, good traveler, good fellow servant, good servant of the good lady. Are you well? Are you injured? Are you hungry?"
It's always nice to see a priestess of Artis. I've never really been a fan of horses personally, but it's always good to have someone to take care of them. But horses are just a bit too big for me. But thank you for your consideration. Also, can I tell that she is injured just by looking at her health?
Yeah, I'm injured.
Yeah, if I know
About half.
Yeah, if I kind of notice your wounds, I'm that's sorry to hear that you're a bit wounded. If I could help you with that, if you would like. Priest of Latex, or Masters of the Healing Arts.
Zilpha will say, "Well, honestly, I could take care of it myself. We just haven't had an opportunity. We were out fighting the creatures outside. We just haven't had a chance to stop to recover. But I would gladly accept this service from you as a servant of the good lady."
Well, it'll be the least I could do for freeing me. So, by all means, let me actually heal someone who is worthy of it for once in a long time.
Out of character,
Okay,
see, Zilpha understands that.
Yep. Give me a second.
It's
I got
just
different- we'll do a
huge.
different thing. Yes, it is huge. Okay, the floorboard, you didn't have to roll for that.
Okay.
It comes up easily. You just kind of have to slide it underneath the the rails from the bottom of the bed. Underneath the floorboard, you see there's a spear with a pouch tied to it just beneath the head. And okay,
In the desk?
yeah, that's all that's underneath there. No, that's the floorboard that they just lifted up back here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead and deal with the desk right now.
Slow out from. Okay. Right. Now the main room. I didn't give you guys the description for the main room yet. So, okay. You see, the main room of the cabin has this gigantic desk. It has the top is actually sloped downward a little bit, but so you can see what's on top of it, but it's a little bit hard to reach. The actual top of the desk is 10 feet up in the air. There is a set of drawers underneath the left side of the desk. Underneath the right 2/3 of it, it's completely open. And you see there is one book that looks like it's had a bunch of the pages ripped out of it. What you can tell is that it appears to have just the characters written on it appear to be laid out in columns and rows. There's another massive tome up on the back corner of the desk with a large lock. You can see some bright scratches on the lock, and there's looks like a broken inkwell and ink stains running down from the back half of the desk down underneath the tome in the front, and they kind of stop at the front edge. The ink didn't quite run off. There are several scattered on the north and south ends of the main room. There are several piles of furs. Most of them look like they're fairly rancid or just not bothered to be cured at all. the two orcs out in the front, one of them has a mace, a strange-looking mace. The head of it has 2 rings of 4 truncated pyramids with points welded to the collar of the haft, and about 1/4 of an inch between each of the pyramids as they circle around. The faces of each of those pyramids on the mace has what looks like different leaves carved in bas relief into those outward-facing portions of it.
Well,
Okay.
while they're messing with the desk, can I roll to heal Zilpha with one of my lay on hand? Actually, no, cure light wounds spells.
Okay. I don't know if we set you up the macro to access the macro.
I believe though it's just like a 1d8.
Yeah, but isn't it on your token bar at the top? It's on mine.
I have lay on hand, but
that macro didn't actually get added to the collection to link to that for him, so
You can copy it
I
off
think you
his
just
Zilphus.
have that macro directly on your character sheet. Yeah, I know. Give me a sec.
Yeah, that'll be good. Well, in the meantime, Zelva's going to reach into her backpack and pull out some bread and wine and offer it to Barrick in the meantime. He's probably hungry.
Okay, I don't see a cure light wounds macro on your sheet, Zilpha.
Well, I has one. Let me, because
I see you to lay hands, which I'm
no,
pretty sure
it's
I already gave to
there.
him.
It's right here. It says CLW. And it says it's in my bar. I'm looking at it right now. Want me to just post it to you or whisper it to you?
By the way, I
don't
redid.
see it at all. That is weird.
By the way, I redid all the. Are you looking at the correct character sheet?
I'm looking at Zilpha.
Huh. I redid all the spells to actually ask you what your caster level is, rather than. So if you're a multi-class spellcaster, you know, it doesn't screw up the math and everything.
Oh, I tried to whisper it to you, and it actually tried to cast it. What do I need to do that? Put an extra quotation mark in front or something?
yeah, just kind of like put a space in front of the first thing or something. Just not make it a command.
If you put a
Do you want me to post it in Discord?
That key is, or the accent key. You put an accent mark before the macro, it'll prevent it from running.
Like a tilde or something?
Yeah, putting it in Discord might be better.
Okay, I'll send it in Discord.
Or TeamSpeak. That's chat too.
Oh, TeamSpeak, yeah, because I know Discord sometimes messes stuff up. I'll send it in TeamSpeak.
Lots of options.
Yeah. Because it's CLW on my macro. There's a, I'm looking at it right now.
I
It's
don't know
between
why I can't see it
Backstab
then.
and Elf Door.
That is weird. Oh, it's just CLW in the collections? That might be in your private collection, honey, not in the.
It's in my private collection,
the
yeah.
Entire game room collection.
Well, I don't
Right,
know how to put
right.
it in the game room
If you
collection.
copied that, yeah. Oh, you can't. I have to do that. But if you put it on your character sheet, I can copy it off your character sheet.
How do I put it on my character sheet?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm gonna put the
Don't-
new version.
Don't worry about it. Don't
I'm
worry
gonna
about
put
it.
the new version of it in Discord
Okay, that'll be better.
as soon as my campaign loads up.
Okay. Meanwhile, Zilpha's offering Barrick some bread and some wine, pulls out her wine skin and slaps him good on the back, and
Well,
we're
yeah.
having some good cleric times over here, just bonding, and you're my new best friend.
Yeah, like all clerics, don't just if they're all part of a good pantheon, then I'm friends with them. But yeah, as you like pull out the bread, I kind of like do like get a big smile and like take it and thank you. It's been
Well,
a
then
while
she'll pull out
since.
some raisins too. Here you go, baby.
Oh wow. Okay, oh wow. We're living it up here. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that. Make sure. Yeah, I like say to everyone, yeah, if we somehow get back to a church of latex, I'm sure the church will be appreciative that one of their acolytes was returned to them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So how big is this spear? Is it normal size or is it giant size?
By the way, everybody, I found a spear and a mace over here. And a bag.
Oh, nice.
Some kind of bag.
Oh, I thought the
sack.
spear and the bag was under the spear and bag were under the floorboards, right?
Something like that.
Yes, the spear and bag that you found over here. The mace that it's right by the orc chieftain's hand.
Oh, nice.
By this orc's hand.
Silver goes a mace.
So
Really?
it looks like he was getting. From what Vic hasn't really told you about what happened inside here. You just came in and found dead bodies. Okay, Barrick, you should now have the token action for the Cure Light Wounds macro.
So is it a normal size spear or is it a giant size spear?
Yeah, it's a normal short spear.
And the bag, is it normal size bag?
It looks like a small belt pouch.
All right, I'll check it out and see what's in it.
Looks like there's 10 sling bullets inside of it.
Ready? Attach it to my belt. Does the spear look exceptional in any way? Or is it just a standard spear?
It looks fairly normal. It has a very blocky, kind of hard-edged emblem. Looks like it's stamped into the blade just above where the blade point attaches to the shaft.
Okay. I'll pick it up and carry it on out. To the others. And call out a car. Think you can use this? I'll show them the spear.
Yeah, I can. Thanks.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, also because post the macro in Discord, can I just use that as I try to heal Zilpha?
She's setting it up for you right
Well,
Oh,
if
okay.
you just click on your token, I already set up a token action. You can just click on your token, and then on the button row on the top, you see Cure Light, and it'll cast it.
Nice.
So as this goes, so like I kind of like
Ta-da!
brush the crumbs off of my face and maybe just a slight burp. I try to hide. Then I rub my hands together, say some quick prayers. It gets all glowy. Then lay on hands, and then I cure five wounds. And also, if she continues to be injured, I guess I'll try. I have 3 slots for the spell, so I'll keep doing it till she's fully healed.
Oh, you don't need to keep doing that, my
yeah,
dear. I
actually-
can heal myself.
Oh,
I just was
I need
willing to
to-
accept your service because it's a great service to your goddess to allow you to heal.
oh yeah. So well, thank you for at least doing that. Small. Let me do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to put a tweak in that macro for you.
Zilpha's
Come to think
gonna
of it.
offer. Go ahead.
So if you actually recovered 6 hit points, not 5.
Okay. Thank you. Barrick, would you like to meet my horse? Come this way.
Horses are always being a bit intimidating. When I
no.
was, oh.
Not Larry. He's a fine mount. You should come and see.
Well, if you insist. I mean, when I was little, just even smaller than I am, a horse bit me, and some of those things just stick with you.
Oh,
Also,
but this is Larry. He's a fun. See what a magnificent creature he is. Pet, pet, scritch, scritch.
yeah, I still keep like a good distance,
Yeah,
but
you will be able.
Oh.
You'll be able to recognize that she is a priestess of Artis, who's the god of travel, trade, and nomads.
Yeah, I already kind of made mention of that, saying it's good to see priestess of
and
Artis.
and you know that their mounts, they have very special attachments to their mounts.
Oh yeah, I've always kind of had like a fear for anything like kind of really bigger than me, especially like kind of not wild animals, just like animals in general. But like I do like from kind of distance admire that is a very nice horse. I can still appreciate your beauty. Their majesty. I just prefer it to be a couple feet away from their majesty.
So Zelfa introduces
Okay.
Larry to you.
Okay.
Larry, this is Derek. Derek, this is Larry.
Okay, we're going to shift back over to Antixos. What are you doing over at the desk?
I look at the book.
Yes,
You
thanks.
crane your neck, and you can kind of see it fairly well from the back of their horse. What languages? What do you read?
I read.
The Tondish alphabet.
Let's see. I read Tondish, Abjuration, Charm, and Summoning.
Okay. You're looking at the large one that's open with a bunch of the ripped out pages. You don't recognize any of what it says at all, but it does look like it's probably some sort of ledger with how the lines and columns are laid out, and there's some vertical lines drawn between each column, etc. Other than that, you can't tell too much. The other book with the lock on it at the back of the desk.
That's the one I'm looking at.
It has some symbols on it that look like they might be magical in nature, but you don't recognize. They're less flowing than what you're used to seeing for arcane script stuff.
Okay. Is it a traveling spell book?
Say again?
Is it a traveling spell book?
A giant's traveling spell book.
It's possible. It's about 4.5 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and 9 inches thick, though, with a very large, very, very well-crafted lock on it.
How many pages about? Can I tell?
Looking on the end of it, you can see that it looks like the pages, quote unquote, are nearly 1/4 of an inch thick a piece, and there's probably 70 pages or so in it. 70, 80 pages.
Okay. Wow. So they're kind of like sheets of plywood rather than paper.
And plywood's cheaper.
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
It looks almost like the thick hide from like a cow or something was used to make the sheets.
I'm gonna snoop around in the desk for a key or something. Just kind of look for something that might fit that lock.
Okay, well, you have to climb back down to get to where the drawer is.
Okay.
So you climb from the desk to beef and then back to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your strength? Drawer here.
Oh, over here. Strength check? Is that what you said?
What? It's actually it'll be in the open doors roll.
Okay.
Wow, you lucky bugger.
Yep.
Okay. You see, tucked into the bottom left drawer, there is a kind of a crate. It looks sort of like a open slatted crate. It's had a hide laid into it to keep things from falling through. There are piles and piles of silver coins. There's a small hardened leather case and a small pouch. There's also a scroll. 2 scrolls, sorry, in the crate there.
Human-sized scrolls?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna try to read those scrolls.
Okay. One appears to be a Sneric protection scroll. And the
Sneric?
emblems on it show a
Did you say snare
looks like
protection?
a protection from fire.
Oh, protection from fire. And then what was the other one?
The other one, I need to check your arcane languages real quick.
It's summoning charm and
I'm not sure if you can
abjuration.
read it.
Summoning charm and abjuration.
No, it's obviously arcane, but you cannot tell of what type.
Okay. I'm gonna slip those in my scroll case.
Look at Mr. Fancy Pants with the scroll case.
Okay, we're gonna go to Zilpha now.
Silpha is going to go over to a car's horse and basically check out his injuries, and then she's going to lay hands on a car's horse. It looks fairly injured to me, according to its health bar. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's hurt pretty bad.
So
The
she's
health
going to lay
bar's right
hands.
here.
Didn't you already lay hands on Larry? Didn't you
No.
lay hands on Larry earlier in the fight?
Did I? I don't think so. But if you remember that I did, then that's fine. I'll cast Cure Light Wounds instead. But you know, it's not like a spell where I can just check it off. Yeah, maybe I did. You know.
You can do that. You can do the same thing with your spell list. You can just put lay hands on there.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Add
because
it to your memorized spells because it's a once a day sort of thing, just like the rest of your spells.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea because it was like, you know, normally I go in and make sure I hit the spell when I've added it or when I've cast it, but there wasn't lay hands, so I'm going to put lay hands on there. And I'm going to mark it as cast today. So she'll cast Cure Light Wounds on a car's horse.
Okie doke.
Okay.
How's he look?
Looks like that. Still missing some health.
Hard for me to see the bar because there's so many bars
It's
kind
right
of
here.
crammed together.
That's the empty spot of the empty portion of this green bar. You can see it right there.
Yeah, she'll do it
So,
again.
yeah, it was way over here. And then it went up to there after you healed for 5. So another 6 will probably max him out.
Well, she's not going to cast again, even if it's not. He's high enough. Even if he's not maxed out, he's not as bad. Okay, let me mark those off. Cast today.
What are the rules for non-magical healing? Like, yeah, use the not. I guess you use the non-weapon proficiency skill, but like, do you need certain supplies and stuff?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, that was something that you had already set up with your character, right? I know you didn't necessarily have the,
I guess that would be like a check.
Yeah, there's proficiencies for that.
There's a proficiency
That
check.
require checks.
The healing proficiency, there's,
That's something
I
that.
didn't get that macro for you, I forgot about that. Yeah, we have a macro for using the healing proficiency, like when you use it in combat to bind wounds, in combat and stuff.
Larry was casting Cure Light Wounds. That's so cute.
It's a magical horse.
He's a
Of
very
course, of
special
course.
horse. And after that, she's going to go over and I'm certain that Barrick is looking at her like she's insane. She's going to walk over to Larry and she's going to cast Cure Light Wounds on Larry. Even though he's doing better than she is right now.
Do know is that a car is injured as well.
You should understand that perfectly, honey.
Yeah. Okay, she's happy now.
So as I kind of like I go around, I see the car is also injured, right? Like how badly is he? Oh yeah, just slightly. Like so. I guess as I kind of approach him, like I introduce myself, like hello. As I've said to others, I'm Barrick. Thank you for rescuing me and such. But as a priest of Ladix, I'm proficient in the healing arts, both magical and non-magical. If you would like, I would be very appreciative if I could tend to your wounds.
To a car?
Or,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he's over here.
Move
over
your token. Move your token to where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just looks at you and says, "Oh, yeah, thanks. I got hurt while I was fighting, and I was stabbing orcs with my spear, and I took quite a few blows to the head and face, and I almost ate it."
That's that's a shame. Well, I guess I can try to treat those wounds. And first like concern, like I would probably try first basic healing, then try go over to like magical if necessary. But
Yeah.
typically I prefer the old method, old-fashioned method of healing.
Yeah. The non-magical healing is supposed to be done within a round of the injury, unless you're using herbalism, which can be done within an hour. But herbalism only heals for 1 hit point.
I do have herbalism, but
And I think you have to have herbs to use it.
yeah.
Like the Rangers in the
Yeah, you
Tolkien
haven't found
movies.
your pack yet.
Yeah.
And as I like to say that, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you haven't found your pack yet, though.
I probably should go find my bag. Hopefully the orcs haven't taken too much. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, I haven't seen any packs around. Although I did see a dead giant over in the bottom right corner.
And I guess what would the roll be to try like search around to find my bag? I mean, it's a pretty big bag. It's probably
Well, you have to actually Yeah, you have to walk around and look around and tell me what you're looking at.
Oh, righty then.
Okay, Vic, we're gonna shift to you now. You're next.
Okay. Since I walked near the bodies, the roll was picking up the ammo that I fired into the room, and then being near the chieftain, gonna check out the chieftain's body a little closer, jewelry, pockets, pouches, anything else that may have gotten looked over.
The only thing that looks to have any value at all is the mace. It's a horseman's mace that I described before. When you're looking closer at it, inspecting him, it looks like each of the 8 outward facing from outermost faces of those pyramids has a different leaf carved in bas relief on it. One looks like an oak leaf, an elm, another an elm, maple, ash, hawthorn, bay, ivy, and walnut.
I'll pick it up and say, Zilpha, does this look too evil for you? And hand it over to her.
I'll examine it. Does it look too evil for me? Is it a fine weapon?
It feels almost weightless in your hand.
Oh, yeah, baby. This is good stuff. I'll give it a couple of practice swings. Oh.
Then I'll head over and see what Antixos is looking at in the desk.
Hey, Vic. Looks like there's some treasure in here. What's this box?
Careful handling it.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Hey, what's that box?
Is it a big box?
Oh, it's just a box.
Is there a box?
There's a box and a bag.
Oh, a
I found... Oh, bother. I found a box and a bag. What's in the box?
There could be stuff in the box.
Wait, hold on. Because you kind of like say box, you like I mean a bag, you say?
Case and a bag.
Man, if I get near and see what I notice if that bag is mine?
Nope. It just looks like a kind of generic small pouch.
We'll set it aside for now. The box that Antixos is getting ready to open, does it look like it's latched or anything?
The box isn't closed at all. It's like a crate that's had a hide dropped
okay.
into it to act as a liner.
Okay.
There's just piles and piles of silver coins in it. There's a hardened leather case. There were 2 scrolls. And
Yeah, the
a small
case.
pouch
Okay,
on top of the coins.
I look in the case.
Okay, you see 7 thin vials with a bluish liquid in them inside the case.
Oh, guys, I think these are potions.
Potions. Cool. You know which types?
Nope. I'm not very good at divination. It's just one of the things that I had to sacrifice in order to become an abjurer, which is the awesome of the most awesomest type of wizard.
Of course.
Well, one of my domains is divination.
Oh.
Maybe the healer knows what these things are.
I know. Actually, I don't know everything. I know some things, though. Kind of. But I don't know if it's if my priestly divination goes over to analyzing all sorts of divination, including like sorceress ways.
Your herbalism might help with
Yeah,
that
I'm
too.
gonna say your herbalism
Yeah.
could help.
My herbalism, yes, I could.
Okay, Vic. squished behind the crate, you see something, something large and bulky, squished into the back of the drawer behind this crate.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pull the crate out of the way. And get to whatever's behind it. If I need help, I'll get a car or Edward to help pull it out.
Yeah, you're going to need help moving it. All that silver in there is a lot of silver in there, in the crate.
Plus Antixos is kind of heavy, too.
Edward says, excuse me, Antixos. Let me give it a shot.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Help me get a hand on it or something. We can pull it on it together.
A car, you help him.
Edward can lift the crate out fairly easily.
Okay.
And then a car says,
"Okay, boss, I'll help."
Looks like a small backpack that's just crammed full of all sorts of stuff.
Well, as I am trying to peek through
Edward
people's
pulls
legs.
the bag out. He pulls the bag out and holds it up. Edward does.
It's. Yeah, I'm assuming that is my bag.
Yes, it is.
It's been so long. I missed my trusty backpack, and I kind of I'd probably reach for it, like, thank you.
He goes to hand it to you, and
and then
Kvik intercepts it. Kvik intercepts it.
Oh,
how do we know it's yours? And he starts to open it up to look inside, see what's in the bag.
What's
in the bag?
A bunch of silver.
Oh, what's in the bag?
I need. It's been too long since I've used soap.
What else is in the bag? And Kvik's digging around through the bag to see what else is in there.
I feel uncomfortable with people looking through my stuff. But I got a lamp. I got.
Oh, so that's your personal effects.
Yeah,
Come on, don't be rude and search through his personal effects now, Edward.
Also, my
Gotta make
flute.
sure.
I would very much. I missed my flute.
That's correct.
Is everything in the bag that he says?
Yes.
Do I see anything else in the bag of interest?
I mean,
Nope.
I imagine they.
All right, good enough. He tosses you the bag.
I'm gonna get back on my horse now.
Says the car.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay, so
What's that soap?
when Edward heaves the crate up out of the drawer, he's feeling it. It's over about the crate with everything, with all the coin in it, is roughly 80, 90 pounds.
Damn.
80, 90 pounds worth of it's just silver?
That's a lot of silver, though.
Yep.
He sets it aside, and then does any of the other drawers need opening? Need a heavy hand or a strong hand to open up these other drawers?
No, it was just the one big drawer.
Uh-oh. Looks like there's spiders on all these corks. I hope these potions ain't poison. You said there were 7 of them?
Yes.
Okay. How much does the little case of potions weigh?
Altogether, it weighs 2 pounds. And the case looks like it can hold 20 vials without risk of them being broken.
If I notice them too, I guess if given permission from the others, I would try look them over to kind of see if I could identify them with my herbalism.
That's a process which takes about a week.
Oh, well, never mind then.
To
Would he recognize maybe the label, the spider?
What kind of potion it is using herbalism? Yes. I don't know.
Hey,
I guess
Edward.
I could try.
Does anybody want this?
Give me an intelligence check with -6, Barrick. Actually, roll me an herbalism check first, and then give me a intelligence check at -6.
Okay.
Does anybody want this scroll of fire protection? I don't plan on fighting any dragons anytime soon.
I don't know if any can. Would you be able to cast it if we could use it?
Yeah, you can all use it. You just pull it out of your scroll case or whatever, and you tear it in half, and it uses its magic on you. It's a protection scroll. Anyone can use it.
I don't think that's how it works, Antixos. Let me look at it, please.
Pretty sure that's how it works.
And meanwhile, she's looking at Antixos. He looks kind of injured. How you feeling, Antixos?
I'm feeling just a little injured a little bit.
How much is a little bit? Your bar looks weird right now.
You know, just a tiny smidgen. Or maybe 2 tiny smidgens. Yep, that sounds a little bit more accurate.
Maybe
Two
just
tiny
one
smidgens.
medium smidgen.
No, pretty much, I'm injured by 2 tiny little smidgens.
All right. Well, let me know if you feel any worse. Would you mind if I looked at that there scroll?
Sure, here you go. And then Tixos hands over the scroll of protection from fire to Zilpha.
That's a clerical scroll, right?
No, it's a protection scroll. Anybody can use it.
I'm asking Elena.
Well,
The one that he said is a protection scroll is definitely a generic protection scroll that anyone can use. The other scroll that he had is arcane, and he does not recognize the type of does not recognize the symbols.
I don't recognize these symbols, but I'm the only wizard here, so I'll hold on to this for now.
Also, while you're discussing the scrolls, Barrick has been staring kind of blank face at the potions for probably a longer time than he should. And he's like, spiders.
Yeah. Hey, Barrick. Hey, you know how to tell what these are? And I hand over the 2-pound case of 7 potions to Barrick. It looks like they all have spiders on their corks.
My scientific guess is it has to do with spiders.
Wow.
Yes. So honestly, like, I wouldn't take them. That's more of just a common sense kind of thing. But you go ahead. I'm not here to judge.
You hold on to it for now. I've got this scroll. Share and share, like I always say.
Was there anything on the desk?
Yep, there was a book up there. 2 books, actually. One of them was a ledger.
Gigantic tome.
The other one's a gigantic spell book that I can't even open or budge or nothing.
Why can't you open it? It's too big.
It's got a lock on it. Maybe you could pick the lock or something. I don't know. It would be useful to know what's in there. Probably nothing useful.
Someone give me a boost.
You can use my horse. He's nice and
pick me up,
disciplined.
Get
Just
over.
hop up on top.
Edward can toss you up there.
His horse is used to sustaining heavier than usual weight.
Right. I'll go
Most
up and,
definitely. I am a fat guy.
Traps on the door.
Just so you know, my mental image for Antixo is Kingpin. That's what he reminds me of. Just kind of like physically.
Yeah, he looks exactly like Kingpin, actually. Or Boss Hog, or some other fat guy.
I'm gonna double check something real quick.
Yeah, he looks like this.
Yeah, like just fantasy Kingpin. I mean, he does look pretty stylish in that, though.
Yeah. And he is wearing, kind of stylish stuff like that. I mean, it's not like fine embroidered robe and shit like that, but it's a regular rogue. He's wearing a tunic and breeches and, soft shoes, and he's got pouches and stuff like that. Should look similar to that though.
Ooh.
If you look at my
Yes.
character sheet, my I look like a typical like halfling, kind of like
Yeah, I saw.
hillbilly-ish looking.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
This looks like it's protecting something pretty important. They got something pretty fancy dancy on this, keeping this book shut.
I told
You
you.
should really find the key to be the safest bet, I would think.
Yeah, it's probably in that little bag in the pile of coins. Did
Yeah.
anybody open the bag?
I did. I didn't get a response on it, but I'll look at it again. I'll look in the pouch.
Oh, you typed that and didn't say it. Sorry.
Right. No worries. Yeah, there was other things going on. It's okay.
Inside the pouch there are 10 gems. There's a couple of black opals, a couple turquoise, a chrysoberyl, a pearl, a piece of hematite, a piece of jet, a piece of amber, and a piece of sardonyx.
Okay.
Well.
Set that aside to appraise later.
We didn't search the giant's body yet, so maybe we should do that.
I
The
mean,
giant's body?
Yeah, I
You seem
saw
like
a
a
giant
smart
down there.
fella.
I saw a giant down there in the southeast corner as we were riding in. I'm going to go take a look at his body now. I'll be back.
How high is the desk?
10 feet.
10 feet?
It's 10 feet from the top of the desk to the ground.
I'll jump down and tumble roll through it if I need to do a check.
Yeah, just tumbling check. It's all good.
Dope. Ow. Ow.
Oh no.
Hey, this giant's crawling.
Roll a d6. It isn't crawling. I just clicked on the token and accidentally moved it a little bit.
he bashes his head on the way down.
Oh, shit.
2 falling.
If it gets fancy hopping down off the desk and face plants a little bit.
You okay there, buddy?
Oh, yeah, I get up and kind of brush myself off and head back out the door with a limp.
I have a half face of concern and a half face of
Okay.
amusement.
And Tixos is going to poke a hole in the giant's thigh with his spear.
As he does, I mean, like, I'm,
Nope. On second thought,
Okay.
nope. No, he's not.
Can I see where they're at from the door, or do I know where?
Zoom out. You should be able to see us.
I know. I
You
just
should
didn't
be
know
able to
line of
see
sight
him.
issues. Okay, I didn't know if brush or anything would keep me from seeing it.
Oh, no, it's good.
Okay, it's good. Thanks. So Kavik comes limping up.
Okay, as you come up, you see the body appears to have been laying here for several weeks,
Ew.
that's good. That's gonna smell.
decaying pretty thoroughly. There are, looks like, just maggots and stuff, and birds have pecked into the birds and animals have torn into the flesh here and there. It's not nearly as well dressed as the icon shows. Not anymore. Yeah, he has. His hair is like a platinum blonde color. What of it is still attached to his head, and his skin is almost the color of ivory. His belt is actually the only thing that looks relatively intact, and you can see that it is had carved into it some very blocky runes carved into the belt all around in 2 rows. and it looks like it's a very, very thick bluish gray hide of some sort.
The real challenge is going to be trying to take all this stuff back. Your 90-pound crate of silver.
Yeah.
Any pouches or anything like that?
Not that you can see. There is about a 1.5-foot diameter rock or on the ground next to his head.
The head caved in a little or something.
Yes.
I'm gonna search his belt line for like a key or something jammed in between. Like just unbuckle the buckle and pull it off and see if his clothes are concealing anything.
Okay. You can't get to the buckle. It's underneath the body.
Oh,
Kvik
okay.
starts pulling.
I'm gonna
Kvik starts
roll
pulling on
him
the
over.
arm to get it in line with the body, so we can get him rolled over. If he needs help, assume a car will come help him.
I assume I kind of like hear just like them going, or I go off in the general direction of where they are, kind of following the scent. You know, get near. Like, as I get near, I'm like, oh, well, that's macabre.
Yeah. Kvik, about all you managed to do is wiggle the arm.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Well, we can use the
you see-
horses.
You see Kvik kind of trying to drag the arm around, but it's not going anywhere.
Anybody got a rope? Tie it up to one side of the belt,
Yeah.
and we'll use the
I got a
horses to pull it over.
Hey, something to use my rope use skill for. So I rope it, rig up a way
There
to
you go.
sling it and attach it to the horse and get him pulled over.
And we'll use the horses to pull him over, roll him over. Boom. That should be good.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Dragging, pulling him with the horses. You can get the body turned over. You don't have to go off the map.
Gathers my rope
anyhow,
up and winds it up.
The all of the fabric from where the body was laying into the ground looks like it's kind of rotted into the flesh. It's hard to tell what used to be clothing and what's flesh. There's clods of dirt with worms squirming back out of it all over the front of the giant. Now that you've flipped it over.
I kind of brushed it away with the butt end of the staff sling, and so kind of get to the business and try and clear off where the belt buckle should be. See if we can get to it.
Well, I'm no
Okay.
I'm no priestess of Dane, but I guess it would be appropriate to, at least kind of like burn the body. I think that's a decent thing to do. I didn't know the guy, but I imagine he was a decent fella at least.
Maybe we should just burn it at
Well,
this
it just
point.
took 3 horses to turn the body over.
Yeah, that's why I say kind of just burn it and try to like make a pyre.
Or pile some wood on top of it and just set it on fire.
Do I expose the buckle?
You knock the dirt away till you get to the buckle, and it looks like it's a just fairly standard, but the buckle is made out of brass, and the bars that the buckle is made out of is almost 2 inches thick.
I'll clear it off as much as possible and see if a car or someone stronger can get to it. Meanwhile,
Are there any
I'll get
pouches on the front side of his body?
I'm gonna start digging around and looking in the dirt where we pulled them off. If they probably fell off or rotted off, so I'm gonna start poking around and digging in where he was laying face down first.
Okay, give me observation at -4.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. You find what's a small pouch for a giant as big as this guy is,
Backpack?
which would actually qualify as a small sack for one of you. It's kind of filled with noxious detritus, but inside of there, it's kind of been crushed into the ground. The top half of it ripped off when the giant's body was rolled away, and so you find what's left of the pouch kind of embedded in the ground. There's a small amount of gold coins and several dozen stones that are about 3 inches, flat oblong stones, about 3 inches long, 2 inches wide, and half an inch thick, with runes carved into them.
I'll hold those up to Antixos. These mean anything to you?
I'm guessing some kind of giantish banknote.
Was his house being foreclosed?
No, that's the giantish equivalent of paper money.
Oh. Ah. Not a banker, but money.
Give me a spellcraft roll.
Okay.
But no key, huh?
Huh.
Do any of those items look like they would fit in the lock?
Hold on. My spellcraft sense is tingling. Oh, yeah. I remember from way back in the day when I was an apprentice, I read something about giantish magic and how their magic is based on runes. So maybe those have something to do with it.
I'll look at the pieces and see if do they look like they fit the shape of the lock or anything any particular way. If there's some kind of key.
Weird. Who just said that? Was that Zilpha that said that? Oops,
That was Kavik.
weird. Because it's not showing
That
who
typed
said
it?
that. Yeah.
Zilpha.
Oh, I
Zilpha
typed
typed
that by accident, and I'm just telling her that I accidentally clicked an animal handling roll, so she would know I wasn't actually trying to handle an animal. I was just scrolling through my character sheet, and oops. I should have whispered it, but I forgot. I was too embarrassed.
So yeah, Vic, you find one of the stones, the rune on it matches a rune that was prominently engraved into the lock plate on the tome.
And the shape looks like it fits somehow. Or
Doesn't
it's
look like
just a rune.
and nothing looks like it fits, but the one rune matches a rune carved engraved into the lock plate of the book. You didn't see anything that actually looks like a key though.
What's that clicking noise? I hear something clicking.
Yeah, there's something
That was me. Sorry.
The other pieces, do they look like they fit together in some way, like a puzzle piece, or are they just three separate pieces? Or how many pieces, rather?
Not like a puzzle, but they all look like to have been made and shaped to a very specific size, and each rune, the runes on each of the stones are very distinct from each other.
They don't fit. They don't look like
total.
they fit together. Oh, 26 of them. Okay. It says, well, all right. So I'll recall that this one rune looks like the rune on the lock.
Can I extrapolate anything with my proficiencies from that information? Thaumaturgy and spellcraft, ancient history. I can read 3 magic languages.
Give me a thaumaturgy check, and based on that, we'll do a history check with a bonus or bonus if you succeed on the thaumaturgy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is there a word that goes along with this rune? Do you have any idea?
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, thaumaturgy is intelligence -2.
Okay.
So is spellcraft.
All right.
Ancient history is intelligence -1. Wow. Those are some difficult proficiencies.
Yeah, well, do the history roll. Anyway, the thaumaturgy would have given you a bonus to the roll. That's all.
Okay. Hey!
You made it?
Oh, I see. Runes like this are sort of a giantish traveling spell book. So that means that the book on his desk is his home book, and those are his traveling spell book, and that's how he memorizes his spells. Maybe I should hold on to those plates or something, because maybe someday I'll be able to read them and learn.
Do you think that one plate will let us get into the book?
Possibly. I don't know. I could take a look.
Yeah, let's go take it and give it a shot and see what it'll do.
So, are we planning this, like, what time actually is it, like, outside?
The one that matches the lock plate is probably what activates and deactivates the trap that you detected earlier.
Yeah.
It's about 2:40 or so in the afternoon now.
So,
Also, did we get the belt off?
No, you do not. You saw how stout it was, and then you started picking through the ground.
Right, because I was going to let someone stronger
Didn't say
work.
somebody else was going to.
Yeah.
Right. You said you were going to let somebody else stronger do that, and you started searching the ground where the body had been rolled off of,
Right.
and nobody else tried to take their belt off.
Right, so, remind. So how's that belt coming?
It's a big belt for you.
Didn't say it's for me.
Who's getting the belt off? I don't see anybody grabbing the belt.
Why not one of the fighters who are big and strong?
Carr's the only big guy. Edward's still wandering around checking out what's in
All
there.
right, Car. Go ahead and have at it.
Okay, boss.
So a car's gonna have at it.
That's interesting.
Oh, you don't know. You don't know the story. Just let it go. Just accept it. Move on.
Okay, yeah. Some things are better left untold. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's much funnier
Definitely.
if you don't know.
Okay, straight, just a straight check.
Critical strength check.
Wow. Okay. The car gives a heave to try to get the belt to unbuckle, and the belt just snaps about 3 inches from the buckle. But it comes free off of the it's open. But the belt was snapped.
I guess it doesn't
Okay.
have to be like, I mean, functional. It's not like it will have been functional on any of us anyways.
Alright, so he just pulls it off the rest of the way.
Anything attached to it or anything?
Well,
On the inside
it's
of it?
still pinned under the body.
Well, we'll rig up the horses and roll the body off the belt if we have to, or pull the belt out from underneath the horse body, one way or the other.
Okay. You do see there appears to be a flap in the behind the where the buckle is attached.
Nice.
He'll open the
So
flap.
the part that broke off. Right. Okay. Inside there is a key.
Woohoo!
A car grabs the
Here we
key.
go.
It's
And he says,
about
Dun, 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 dun.
Boss, I found your key. I found your key, boss. Here you go.
the head of it is about 4
Oh,
inches
thanks,
wide.
Akar.
I'll take. I was coming to let me take a look, see if it looks like the right key, since I got a good look at the lock.
Likely, yes.
Oh my god.
That looks like it's it.
alright.
So, good. We got a rune that should take care of the trap, and we got the key to open up the lock. You're in business
Nice.
there, Antixos.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but sounds good.
Let's go back. Whee!
I'm assuming it's all right. If you guys kind of follow along for now, we'll have to. I can let myself.
Come with.
Oh, Nubs. I look over and see Nubs chewing on the bush over there.
Good old nubs.
Good Nubs. Good Nubs. Oh,
Alright, so
Yeah.
Antixos is gonna hop up on the desk again from Beef's back.
I'll loop Nubs' reins around the bush to make sure he kind of stays there and get back to the room.
He's gonna come over here and says, "All right, everybody stand back. Just in case it explodes or something, it'll only kill me." And
Smart plan, dude.
the
I'm
car
with you, I'm
grabs
with you.
Beef, and he's gonna get all the way back against the wall.
I grab the back of Barrick's cloak,
Yeah.
cloak or shoulder or whatever, and pulls him to the side of the door.
And Tixos puts the key in and turns it.
Notice Edward's still standing there. Maybe this is how Edward buys it.
Okay.
Can I have a dexterity reaction?
Silvery blue globe springs into existence around the book and flings you back off of the table. Roll a save versus paralyzation, and if you succeed, it's half damage from being knocked back. Uh-oh.
Not good. No, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no.
Okay.
I break my neck as I fall or something.
Is that a death blow?
Yeah, I'm hovering on death's door right now.
Oh, crap. Zilpha rushes up. Can I do it now? Can I do it? Can I do it now? Zilpha's magnificent in
Yes.
these moments. Zilpha rushes forward. You see her hair flying behind her, and she's like, oh, hell no. And she rushes up. She just rides right up to Antixos. She jumps off the horse, and she puts her hands on Antixos, and she immediately casts Cure Light Wounds on Antixos.
Okay.
Damn it. How's he doing now? Is he still hovering?
What do you want me to do, Elena? Do you want me to bring my HP to 1, or do you want me to just add 2?
I just put it at 1.
Okay.
Is he conscious now?
Kind of.
Antixos, are you okay?
Oh, bother. Looks like it exploded.
I told you about the trap, and you needed to do the rune.
Hang on, hang on.
About the rune.
I cast it again. I cast it again.
Okay, this spell does not affect him the second time. He's going to require bed rest to recover.
So I just wasted the spell for no reason. Okay, nice.
Did somebody say requires medical
you should have
assistance?
known that, so.
So now you'll let me not waste it?
Yeah, so we'll let you not waste it. When somebody goes down, they can only be brought back up to 1 hit point with from magical healing, other than a full heal spell. They need basically 24 hours of nothing to be able to start recovering any further than that.
Okay.
So did somebody say requires non-magical medical assistance?
I don't think he can get any help at this point. He blew it.
Does he still have the key in his hand? Or is it in the book?
The key is still in the book.
Okay.
Well, you don't see the key. I'll put it
It's
that
not
way.
in.
From
It's
where
not. The
everybody's
key's
at,
not
you
in
don't
his
see
hand.
the key.
Key's not in his hand. Okay.
No, it's not in his hand.
And I know he's like unconscious and barely there, but I'm still like, the rune. Did you try the rune? And takes.
Apparently not.
I look around to see if the runes are
sleep.
around, if I can find it.
Sleep.
We'll get you a nice bed, baby. There's a big sandal over there in the closet. We'll pull right out for you. It'll be fine.
A car's gonna pitch Antixos' tent right here.
Yeah.
We have dirty rags, but those
Is
probably...
that something happening behind us?
That's the globe that sprang into existence around the book that flung him off the desk.
Okay, so that's still up and going right now. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But it's not currently still expanding, is it?
No,
Is it moving?
Okay.
It sprang into existence, and it's an instant flash, and yeah, displaced him very rapidly.
I thought he was smart.
So again, I'm digging around looking to see if he still has the runes on him.
Well, I tried.
And Texas, as you were conscious again, though feeling like complete crap, you can make a spellcraft check with a thaumaturgy check for a bonus to determine exactly what that is up there that's surrounding the book now.
So what do I roll first? Thaumaturgy or spellcraft?
Thaumaturgy to see if you get a bonus to your spellcraft check. So that's a +1 to your spellcraft check.
Nice, Dougie.
Well, I guess I try my best to try get him comfortable situated. From my back, I take out some of my spare clothes to function as an impromptu like pillow, and then I guess I'll take off my cloak of latex with the sun still and probably use that as a blanket. I'm like, shh, shh, shh. It's okay there, buddy. And I rub his bald head.
Oh, it's a globe of invulnerability. That's going to be an important spell for me later. Ugh.
Where's the rune?
As far as I know, Kavik still had the rune, right?
Oh, do I still have the rune?
Nice.
I didn't hear you say you gave it to Antixos.
Okay. So I reached in, it was like, that's why, okay,
Slowly walk
Edward,
away.
Edward, yeah. Edward, can you pick me up? Put me up there? Okay.
Sure.
So I hold up the rune near the globe up to it, but without touching it. Anything happen?
The rune starts glowing with a pulsing light, and after about 30 seconds, the globe starts to recede, ups, down, in onto the book.
Okay. Does it look like the rune fits on the book in anywhere?
Okay. The globe shrinks down, and then finally, with a little popping sound, vanishes, and you can see the key is still in the lock. And the rune is glowing with a silvery blue as you approach it. With the one engraved in the book and the one in your hand are both glowing a matching silvery blue color.
Okay, and holding the rune up next to the key and kind of scringing my face off to one side.
Everybody move back.
Turn the key.
As you reach the rune stone towards the book, it gets pulled out of your hand and sticks to the rune on the lock plate.
Okay. So it does fit on there. Okay. And turn the key. Does the key turn?
Turn the key, and and you can you can pull the hinges back and let it open it up.
Yep. Swing it open. If I need to move it so it doesn't flip open and fall off the desk or whatever, if I can. Or if it'll just open and stay on the desk.
If you open it, it won't fall off.
Okay. So,
No.
Good news then, Tixos. It's open.
Sure would have been nice if someone told me the trap was on the book.
I thought I did. Told you it was trapped, and that the rune looked like it fit the book.
No, Elena didn't tell me. She told me something, but she
that.
didn't tell me that. Did you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
I heard you.
Okay.
She might be typing.
I told Vic what he found, and what he told you was what he told you.
No, I'm saying nobody told me the trap was on the book. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, earlier I had announced that the book was protected.
Yeah, nobody said anything about a trap on a book anywhere.
And then when we was looking at the runes, I made mention that the rune matched what was on the book.
Right. But no one said anything about a trap on the book. Like specifically a trap.
Well, it's all in the past. Let's just move on.
Oh, bother. Looks like there was a trap on the book.
Which is what I said, not in those direct words.
I guess you're.
Oh,
You're the smart one, right?
retardedness is 100% of communication.
I guess you really hit the books there.
Rick rolls his eyes. It's like, they should have known. I said it.
I think what's important right now is that Antixos gets a little rest. So, what can we do to make sure that he can rest and that he'll be safe? Do you guys think we're safe here? Are the orcs going to come back?
I don't.
Would I know anything by being here, like trapped in here?
Say that again?
What I kind of like know is this most of the orcs like that because I was like they were like fought like they only just settled in here kind of recently.
Yeah, they've only been occupying the cabin here for about 2 weeks, from what you know. And as far as the rest of you killed all the orcs that you saw. There were some goblins that ran away. Kvik, or if you, well, nobody's done that yet, so I'm not going to say any more right now.
I mean, if like goblins escaped, then they could be back.
Maybe. We gave them a good thrashing. I don't think they'll be back. If not, we're at least pretty well protected in this house.
I mean, if you guys are playing, if like, I hope that's fine. If we are saying,
Oh, he said we.
I guess we should move the bodies out.
Yeah, I'll Edward and I and whoever else want to help start getting the bodies out and sprucing the house up for and settle in for the evening. And also use the rest of the time in the evening to check out the rest of the bodies that are scattered about.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of the bodies, you don't really find much besides their crude weapons, etc.
We'll take a moment to go through the where all the bodies were down here. It was pretty evident that they were crawling through there, so...
New show bought a shovel. Shovels are always useful.
And yeah, you've been going through all this other bit stuff here, so I am actually, what you guys want to do, whatever you're doing for setting up your camp, however you're going to do that. I'm going to do the XP for the fights.
Oh, yay. So, Zilpha's going to stay with Antixos and get him laid out as comfortably as she can with the materials we have. You know, make sure he eats. He needs to eat.
And I would help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Barrick, please come help with this. Let's get him something to eat. Let's get him covered up. Let's make sure he's resting well. And then after that, while Barrick is watching Antixos, Zilpha will go and tend all of the animals and make sure they're well, make sure they're fed. You know, check on Nubs. How's he doing out there? We might want to bring Nubs in. Vic, would that be okay?
If I'm back in the room, but I think I'm outside at the moment, but...
Yeah, we don't want to leave anybody out there.
But yeah, generally, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, everything inside the house.
Everything inside the house, yeah.
I mean, I'm probably not, because I'll be taking care of Antixos, but I suggest that maybe we get one of the warriors to get all like the really kind of dirty, ratty kind of skins and rags out along with the orcs and make a kind of pile and burn it. Like, at least try to take it somewhat far away just so, you know, the smell.
Yeah, outside, right?
And, you know, us members of Latex, I could cook. I know how to cook. As a good hobbit, I can make a decent meal out of stuff. Yes, stuff. Does anybody else have the cooking skill?
No, but I do have some ingredients.
Oh boy. A real meal after so long.
Yeah, you would have your herbalist. You would have herbalism supplies. The orcs kind of would have made you gather that stuff so that you could, you know, tend their wounds.
Yeah.
So if you had something that you didn't specifically buy,
they would have
during your captivity, you would have been. They would have had you, you know, finding the herbs that you needed, etc. For.
I have an iron pot, so let's get, you know, put some meat in there and we got a stew going.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sure Antixos would appreciate that. That would really help him feel better, I'm sure.
Oh, food.
You rest till it's ready, buddy.
Deleted Larry on accident.
Yeah, so I would gather like any of the herbs and stuff, and then is there an oven in here? If there is, it probably will be too big. Might have to make a fire outside.
Vic, bring Nubs inside.
There does not appear to be.
Thank you.
Well, I have. So after we get Antixos situated, first I'll start up making a meal. So I have some flint and steel, so I could just make a pretty simple fire. That would be pretty easy. Take out my small kind of iron pot and get. Is there water nearby?
There is a creek about 100 feet off the west side of the map. I mean, there's a main river up, you know, quarter mile to the north.
Just a small like body of water will suffice, and it'd be pretty easy just to go up. Like the iron pot really isn't that big. I think it's like 2 or 3 pounds. Yeah, but I would go off to get the water. You know, kind of like a little spring in my step. It feels good to be free. Oh yeah. Oh, if you hear me, yeah. one screen. Just
Okay, so you're holding up for the night.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I guess that's what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, inside the cabin, there does not appear to be any place that would be appropriate for building a fire or anything like that. There's no stove or oven.
Yeah, I would have to do that
Any
outside.
sort. There is a token for campfire and stuff in the journal. So if one of you guys wants to set that up, more power to you.
I'll let Barrick do it since he's the one who's cooking.
Yeah, I have an iron pot and flint and steel, so if I get the bar, I'll have everything I need to kind of set up and get herbs. And if you have like any meat, I could use my dried rations, but that probably wouldn't really make a good stew.
Oh, orc meat.
Oh, okay. What are you doing down there, Vic?
He said it.
Crawling around the shrubs to see what the goblins were looking for in there.
Why are there two Larrys?
It looks like they were, from what you see, it looks like they were just tearing it apart for the sake of tearing it apart.
Okay. But they had little tunnels because they were able to get up top and everything, so I'm kind of like looking around. And...
Yeah, there's like tunnels carved in the inside of it. Well, ripped where branches have been ripped out and wedged into different places. So.
Okay.
Barrick, if you go to the tab, the second tab, the journal tab, there's a campfire. You could put it outside and start cooking. Trade off on watching Antixos now that I've cared for the animals. And Zilpha's also going to cast her last Cure Light Wounds on herself now that we're settling in for the night.
Okay.
We'll have Edward get this door closed over here and maybe move the cabinet over there and brace the cabinet to keep that door shut.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about them from one entrance. And then use some of the bed frame and try and hammer close the broken window with some broken boards.
Okay.
Josh?
Give me a second. I'm trying to find where the post that I made for what the date was, so I can get my macro set right for the encounter checks.
Yeah, I was going to suggest, Josh, that you move the animals down south to the southern end of the room, and we can get them all set up down there, and then we can take kind of the center and north parts of the room.
So,
yeah,
the Edward as a henchman will get basically half of what the PC gains XP, and then what about the warrior XP? Does he get all of that, or half that, or how's?
Okay, yeah, the NPC stuff, they gain half of the amount shown, and the warrior bonus experience, they get the full amount, and that's that amount of experience multiplied by their fighter level.
Okay, thank you.
So at level 4, they get 80, say for the goblins.
Right, okay, thank you.
Should I make a cooking check to see the quality?
No, you don't need to make a check on that.
Yeah, not unless you're making something super fancy, right?
Nah, just a stew.
Yeah, if you're making
yeah,
beef bourguignon, maybe.
Yes. I don't know how long it would make the stew, but yeah, after that, I would actually use the medicinal supplies at hand to tend to Antixos.
Well, Zilpha and Barrett can trade off on those duties, so it'll be good.
Do you have the actual non-weapon proficiency healing skill?
I do not, but I know enough about. I've been pretty much the party's exclusive healer till you showed up, so I'm so glad to see you. But I don't know how to cook, so it's all on you to cook.
Well, you know what they say, too many cooks will spoil the broth.
Exactly.
Too many cooks.
Barrick, how many more times are you capable of healing tonight?
2 more.
Well, I'm certain we can utilize that before we sleep.
Yeah, anybody who hasn't gotten lay on hands yet, I can do. Because it's a 24-hour duration. For
Exactly.
yeah, for Antixos, I could do just non-magical healing. You should probably roll for that.
When I think about you, I touch myself.
Yeah, Car might need a little help. It looks like Kavik needs a little. Zilpha could use a little. I'm unable to provide any more healing for the evening. Artis has done all he will for me today in that area.
Well, then I can cast Cure Light on a care. I don't believe I've done that yet.
Oh, and Kavik might be a little down too. How are you doing, Kavik? How are you feeling,
So
friend?
I wake up and memorize
Take care of
protection from
Antixos.
evil and sleep twice.
Okay.
I'm fine unless you got no other place to put that spell.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
that's-
still down 6, 7, 8, 9, 7 points. So, I mean,
Actually, scratch that. Not protection from evil, but yeah, protection from evil, sleep, and armor. I'm gonna have to cast that myself because I took 8 damage.
yeah,
So I'm
you're
gonna
gonna need
have to
armor.
gonna have to cast armor again. And in fact, I'm just gonna cast it on myself right now.
Okay.
While we were kind of getting ready for the night, I'm going to run through those appraisal checks for. You said there was 10 gems in that bag.
Yeah. Let me flip to the GM layer, and I will copy the list out.
Well, Barrick, if the good lady will provide you with additional healing, I'm still feeling a little under the weather. I would gladly receive the blessing of the lady in that area.
I mean, believe there's you have to wait 24 hours no matter what, but I could do a non-weapon proficiency, try a healing check. I don't know the
Okay, so
details
you've
for
used
that.
up all your spells. Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
asking. I thought you had another spell left.
Uh,
Oh wait, yeah.
I thought Elena said you can't do it multiple times, but if we can, anything, I will.
Well, I thought you had a Cure Light Wound spell left, but if you don't, that's fine.
Yeah, I do. I can use that on you thing.
I certainly would appreciate the blessing of the lady.
Oh well.
Oh wow, she really is feeling like
Okay.
blessing
Are
some
you guys
people today,
also
isn't she?
counting out coin?
Oh yeah,
You guys
while we're
also
here,
counting up the coin?
Yeah.
we'll
I'll count
count
that
some
up, too.
coin. Yeah. While Antixos is sleeping, I'm sure we can get a car in on this. Hey, Akar, you know how to count?
I count real high.
Okay, the total of coins that you
I count
found,
real high.
the total of the coin that you found, there were 1,200 silver in the crate
Nice.
and 14 gold in the giant's pouch, in addition to the 26 runestones.
Nice. So how many of us are there?
Someone get that down in the
You don't have to
treasure
get.
log for now.
You don't have to give me any money.
Well, of course we do, because I know that you're going to have to
Well, how much gold?
donate
I'm
it
putting
to
it,
the
putting it
lady's
in the treasure log.
service.
the party treasure log? 14 gold?
14 gold and 1,200 silver.
Oh, I just realized. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Of course, like I would donate 95% of it to the church, but it also isn't mine to donate because I didn't earn it necessarily.
Yes, but you've certainly helped serve our party since we've discovered you, so.
Well, if you don't object to me taking some to donate, then I'll of course accept it.
Of course, of course.
We'll yeah, we get a little more situated.
Oh,
as
of
far as
course, of course.
Get it divided.
Speaking of serving the party, I'm hurt pretty bad. You think you could heal me up a little bit?
After you rest a little bit, Antixos, you need a night's rest at least.
I thought it was the next morning already.
Not yet. We haven't even set up watches and stuff, have we?
Well,
Is it the
in
next
chat,
morning?
it said, the night is uneventful and Tixos wakes up in much better spirits. The trauma of nearly dying seems to have faded. So
I
it's the next
missed
morning
that.
now.
Thank you,
Yep.
Antixos. So
Yeah, but-
let me go change my spells then. Now that we have a healer in the party,
Yeah,
and make some different choices.
this
And
time, this time around I would take 2 cure light wounds, and then I'm going to take 1 magical stones.
okay, because I would talk with you about what spells we would be praying for, before I started to ask artists for my spells.
Yeah, I could probably, because no matter what, I'm not going to really be a capable fighter. I could just dedicate all of them to cure light wounds.
Yes, please. That would be lovely, because that would open up, because all of my first level spells have been cure light wounds for so long, it would be nice to open up some spells for something else. And open up my second level spells also, that would be great.
Yeah, once I have
Joe,
more skills
did you
open.
put the case with the 7 vials on your character sheet, or did somebody else do that?
I did originally, and then I physically
wondering
gave the case to Barrick.
He gave it to me, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll put that in my inventory. How much does that weigh?
2 pounds.
How many?
2
2
pounds.
pounds. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, that's not bad.
It's 2 pounds.
Elaine, I'll assume we'll deal with Zilpha leveling at the end of the session.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is getting all this coin out of here going to be an issue? Or just having the party treasures fine until we deal with it? I mean, we figure out a way.
That 1,200 silver is going
I mean-
to weigh a lot.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean-
a good chunk of the weight from when Ed pulled it out of the drawer was the crate itself. It's 1,200 silver pieces. That's that's like 60 pounds. It's 50 coins per pound. So
Like I can only carry
So there's
a bit more before I'm over my base encumbrance.
Yeah, so basically what we've been doing is, I mean, a lot of the stuff we just have a kind of a group treasure. I mean, we each individually have some, but we have a bulk amount that if we need to get into or whatever, we can. And eventually, every now and then, we
yeah,
divide
you
it
don't
up.
really have the wagon anymore. So
Right.
you're gonna have to be a little more proactive on tracking who's got some of the stuff, especially when
Okay.
you're talking about 60 pounds of coin.
Okay.
Well, that
this-
single black opal can buy like a caravan.
And you said there's 26 of those runes, right? Well, we know one of them was for the lock on the spell book, right?
Yep.
Or the trap on it.
No, based on what Antixos remembered about giantess magic and all that, It's basically that's a traveling spell book with 25 or 26 spells.
Right. So
for the dead giant there.
basically, all those runes are for Antixos. Those are spells then for him. Okay, so
Nice.
you got that marked down,
Well,
Antixos?
he can't use them that. He can't use them that way. So.
Well, he's a caster, so.
Giants go about their magic a bit differently.
Is Antixos able to carry these runes? Does he want to?
The only one I would want to take is the one that opens the book, but I'm not taking the book. It's too heavy.
Okay. Right. Will that rune come off the book? Now? Once we undo the key, close it up and undo the key, and will the rune pull off?
Well, if you lock it back up, yes, the rune separates.
Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll close and lock the book back up and get the rune. Does the rune still glows with the book though, right? When it's near?
Yeah, whenever the rune is within 3 feet of the tome, it starts glowing.
Okay.
How much does the book weigh? I try picking it up.
Let me do the math in my head real quick. Probably 45 or 50 pounds. 45.
How big is it? This is a giant
4.5
book,
feet
right?
tall. Closed up. It's 4.5 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and about 8 inches thick.
Do we got enough wood laying around here from the bed frame and stuff? Make a sled to pull?
Yeah.
Also, if it's the next day, I'll cast some cure light. I'll cast a cure light wound on Antixos. Like I reprayed 2 latex for the day, and I filled all 3 slots with that.
Okay.
Because all we got to do is try and get it back to the runes.
The refuge.
And the refuge, and then they should have more horses and equipment, so we can spread this load out more. We can get a sled made and drag this stuff out. We can try and get the book on there and try and get everything out of here.
Oh, I'm still hurt.
Well, we need to. How many more days we got before they're gonna be leaving the refuge? They were gonna be a number of days, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's day 4, and the plan was for 6 days.
So.
And it should be about 1 day's travel to.
1 day to get there. Okay.
Yeah.
So we could theoretically rest this 1 more day and get going on the 5th day and be there.
Barrett?
Mm-hmm.
Remember your kit bonus? So that's why I changed the script for the Cure Light.
Oh,
you can put your bonus in there from the kit.
Oh yeah, I gain +1 to all healing. Okay,
Nice.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So as far as coin goes, and this is out of
and
character.
Tixos, you got 1 more than that.
Out of character discussion on the coin, dividing up the coin. Do the NPCs get an equal share? They get like a half share each? What's the thought on that?
Yeah, NPCs get an equal share of treasure. They get half shares of experience.
That
Okay.
one makes sense from a story perspective.
If they don't get
Right.
their shares, they will get pissed and
I understood. Just wanted to, like I said, out of character.
leave
What
at the
the
very least.
situation was. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
I was describing it to you in those terms.
All right, so there's 6 of us then at this point in time, right?
Yes.
Correct.
I will only take 100 silver.
Well, you'll take what we give you, because it's easy for us that way. Everyone gets 2 platinum.
Oh. My.
2 platinum.
Yeah, we have 12 platinum in the treasure acquired. So there's 6 of us. Divided by 2.
It was from something else. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't get divided
Yeah.
before.
Right. So we're gonna go ahead and just take care of all this right now, as far as all this coin goes.
Is that including a car?
Yeah, a car gets 2 platinum as well. Yep. So yeah, all these number divisions are for each character. So that's NPCs and us. All right. So. Everyone gets 69 gold.
2 platinum and 69 gold.
And that even worked out evenly. Wow.
You guys had that much gold you still hadn't divided up?
Yeah, 414 gold sitting in there.
Oh, wait, right. That's right, because of the Orcs Tower, the chest from the
Yep.
Orcs Tower.
And I only get to keep 5% of that. Woo!
Yay.
Okay, that takes care of the gold.
So I'm all in.
All right.
And
208 silver.
208.
208 silver.
But actually, like the amount of gold I might, or like just wealth I'll be giving to that church, will probably like promote me maybe from an acolyte.
Absolutely. That's why we do it, so we know how important
And
charity is to
13
you.
copper.
13 copper. Okay.
Maybe one day I'll get like church of my own. Who knows?
You never know. It could happen. Stranger things have happened. Do you want to handle the gems or just put them in party loop for now?
Hanging on to those for the moment, and still getting them all appraised and worked out, and then I'll get them divvied up because they're all kind of different values right now.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was noticing is there's a wide range of values there.
Well, one way you can handle that is if someone wants to trade, or especially for when considering encumbrances, one person might take one of those gems and the value to share back for the coin and spread the coin out against more among people who can afford to carry the weight.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, we can save that for later.
Item list for what? Where are you hiding, dang it?
Also, what's our game plan then? Like, heading back to the refuge?
There's a refuge that is being abandoned, but there's some gear and things that we got to take care of there, and then help them abandon the refuge and get back to a fort that we've recently taken over. And we've got a timeline in that we got to be there before they leave,
Oh, right.
or we'll miss them.
What's the attribute for ammunition?
Say again?
What's the attribute for ammunition?
The attribute name, how to call it?
No, just what the name of the attribute is for the ammunition that you were using. Because my ammunition is heavy. Each bullet is 1/10 of a pound or something. I need to know how much ammo I have.
Okay. Let me type it. It's a repeating field, so.
Do you know what the name of the attribute is, or?
Yeah, I'm typing it out for you. And you just change the index number appropriately.
Ammo quantity?
That's actually on your quantity 1 because it's ammo QTY1 is the attribute name, and then it's just indexed based on where it is in the repeating list. You know how to do that, right?
I'm not seeing it on my character sheet. Is it not on my character sheet?
Okay, just underneath the weapons list, the weapons chart, there's an ammunition chart.
Okay.
It's a repeating field set.
Nice. Sweet. Thank you.
So yeah, that's when you say, you know how the repeating fields index, so that would be the first index, the $1, second, etc. You know that.
Yeah. It's just that you had the total entered in incorrectly. It was 75 out of 80, not out of 76 or whatever it was. That's just how many I have left.
I figured you had 80 initially, and then it showed 76 on your character sheet, so that's what I put in there for the maths.
Yeah, I subtracted 1 after every single shot. So I need to go recover those now.
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break. I need to get the stoked up and stuff too. So
how long do sessions typically last?
Sometimes they've gone quite late. 4 hours.
Yeah, the original plan was 6 to 10, 10:30, and the player that actually was that had the time limit, he had to leave by 10:30, right, Central Time. Has dropped out of the campaign. So I was actually something I wanted to talk with you guys about is how you wanted to, how long you guys want the sessions to run.
I say 3 to 4 hours is typically good for a session. That's just my opinion, though.
3 is, my opinion, a little short. But
yeah.
4 is decent. longer's okay for me, but I mean, I understand other people's needs.
Yeah, because it's a weekday. Kind of like anything later than like 11:30 would be pushing it.
Yeah, I'm not real good at watching the clock, so if it's running late and I'm just not clicking to it, you can poke me and say, hey, we're running kind of late. We call it for the night. I'm perfectly fine with being reminded.
Yeah, I would prefer a minimum of 4 hours.
Yeah, if it does that on your max there, for the ammo, if you just change the max to whatever size your pouch can hold, a large belt pouch can hold
80 bullets.
80 bullets there. So yeah, so if you set the max at 80, then when it gets to 80, you can't fit any more in there.
And Tixos, how are you feeling? Do you need
Hurt.
a little more healing?
I'm hurt.
Okay, I'll be glad to provide you with a little extra healing. So she'll cast Cure Light Wounds out on Tixos. More?
I'm good,
Mark that
thanks.
spell off. Is there anyone who is still injured at this time? At all? Everyone full?
I think everybody's full.
Quick's down unless I missed a heal.
How much are you down?
Four hit points.
I can heal
Still
you
full.
for that thing.
Okay, I'll let him do it. He's a healer. I kept more healing spells today because I thought we might need more extra healing today, but now that you're here over the future, I'll start, getting different spells. But I kept, extra healing spells today because I knew people were down.
That's one hell of a heal. 47 points.
How the hell did that happen?
You need a plus sign in there.
You gotta put +1, not just a 1, when you put the modifier in, hun.
There you
have
go.
the sign.
Simple typo.
Nice. He's been rolling sweet on these rolls,
Thank you very much.
I'm typically a good roller, which is bad when you're a GM.
I'm a terrible roller, so it's good that you're here. So everybody's full now. Okay, gonna go check on all the animals, make sure everything's okay with them.
Looks like Larry's hurt.
Larry, is he hurt?
Oh no, Larry's hurt.
He's down 1 point. I'll go heal him up. He's good to go.
Oh, I forgot the piles of furs were still on the token layer.
I tried to type +1. Why didn't it let me +1? +1. There we go. Gotta mark that spell off. So we can definitely start traveling today, or are we going to wait another day? I don't see any reason to wait if we can go back. Do we feel like we've exhausted the territory? We've searched everywhere there is to search?
I believe we have.
Yep, about all you haven't done is that Antixos had tried to cast detect magic and then realized he didn't have any spells left memorized to channel into the power, into the ability.
Well, I can cast detect magic. Where did you want to cast detect magic, Antixos? Didn't you say I could sacrifice one of my spells for that? Over there? Okay. I'll cast detect magic where Antixos
well, the spell book, which you've already found all sorts of magic on.
I'll cast it, though. If he wants to cast it, I'll cast it. I'll
Yeah, I
sacrifice.
didn't say I wanted to, but you know, you can. Nothing's stopping you from casting it.
Also, no, because I have the healing proficiency. The roll is just from looking at the non-weapon. If a wounded character remains under the care of someone with healing proficiency, that character can recover lost hit points at a rate of 1 per day, even when traveling or engaging in non-strenuous activity. And if the character gets complete rest, he can recover 2 hit points per day whilst under such care.
Oh,
And
so
only characters with both healing and herbalism proficiencies can help others receive at the rate of 3 hit points per day of rest. This character does not require a proficiency check, only the regular attention of the proficient character. Up to 6 patients can be cared for at any given time. So if you guys are alone with me, you're not doing on strenuous activity, I can heal you at a rate of 3 per day.
Yep. It's pretty nice for a large party that only has like 1 or 2 priests and the whole party gets hurt really, really bad. And you run out of healing spells, then you have that to fall back on.
Yeah, also I can roll if I can try do a quick heal if it's during combat. If you take damage, if I go to within 1 turn of it being taken, I can heal you for 1d3.
nice. Cut off. All right, there we go. 8 rounds of detect magic. What do I see? Besides the book.
Okay. You see a very faint
Do I see
aura
something?
of magic around the potion case that Barrick has.
What about my mace?
The spear that Kivik handed to that Kivik handed to Akar also has a faint amount of magic to it.
You said faint?
Yeah. Faint.
Yes. The spell book itself has a powerful magic aura. It's nearly blinding.
Yeah. What about the mace that we got off the dead dude?
The mace that you picked up with the leaves engraved in the faces of the pyramids has a significant aura to it. And Kivik has a small pouch that is showing a moderate amount of magic to it.
I'll point and go, hey, look, moderate
The
amount of
pouch or the
magic.
contents?
The contents of it. As far as what
Okay.
she sees.
All right, I gotta
the
open up
contents.
because I took you're talking about the 10 stones, the bullets.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I threw them in with my regular bag, so I got to separate them from the bag, from the many others. They would be sitting mostly on top. So 10 of them are okay.
When you say significant, where does that go in the line? Is that the same as strong or moderate or what? You said the mace had significant magic.
Other than the book, it has the strongest aura of magic to it.
Okay, and then the pouch had the second strongest after that, other than the book, of course.
Correct.
Okay. So I'll point all these things out, which, wow, look, woo, look at that book, dang.
Okay. Actually, I did not give you the description on those.
On those what? On the bullets or whatever from Kavik?
just sending a note. He's the only one that looked at him.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, is that everything in this room?
Yep. Other than a few things about you guys that you already know about and expect to have the MS aura.
Well, I'll go look in this room real quick and just kind of scan around. Do I see anything?
Nope, you do not see anything else in there.
Okay.
Oh, other the scrolls also, but I don't know about those.
Yeah.
Those are a little more obvious.
I'll go outside and toward the area where the
For comparison's sake, the aura of this that you saw on Kvik's ammo pouch is about the same strength as the protection scroll.
oh. Okay. I go out and look where these goblins were hiding and stuff, and see if I see anything out this way.
No, nothing. No,
I'll go
nothing.
Go over to where the giant was. And look at him.
Nope.
Okay. Do a
And
scan
your detect magic
around.
is about to work. It's going to wear off right about then.
Okay, good. All right. I go communicate everything that I discovered to everyone, and that's that. Are we feeling ready to travel, or
I think everybody's ready.
what are we going to do about this book?
Do we have our sled built? We can use the cabinet as like the box. We can use the bed frame rails as the skids, and we can use my rope used to kind of sling it all together. We need to knock a hole or a notch, to where.
Yeah, you might be better off. Might be better off using the drawer out of the desk rather than the cabinet, the wardrobe there.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, whatever size appropriate.
That wardrobe is huge.
Okay.
Or shelves out of the wardrobe or whatever. Make our sled and.
Yeah, let's cobble this thing together.
I'll sling it to. What two horses we got? We got Buckaroo.
And Akar's horse is
Buckaroo is a car's horse, and I can rig up like a slip knot so that. Will one horse pull it okay, or do we need two horses on it?
I'm sure Antixos would be willing for
one
Beef
horse
to
can pull
help
it. Okay.
Either way, I plan on using rope use to create like a slip knot so that they can quickly, give it a yank and it'll come loose from the horse, just stay stopped wherever, so that they can ride free from it.
Oh, excellent choice.
Can I have a handout for that
Okay.
Book of Magic?
Yeah, I was just going to actually add it to your Magic Item Notes handout in the GM section because you haven't been able to investigate into it yet.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, but I added a handout to each. I haven't done it for you yet, Barrick, but each of your folders, character folders, with a titled Magic Item Notes.
I don't have any magic items yet, so.
Mm.
And was there any more information that I got from the bracers from having used them in combat?
Oh, yes. I'm in the wrong layer. Haha.
Okay, thank you.
I want to add this new mace to my weapons table. Did I just leave the adjustments blank for now until we can identify them, or?
Yes.
Okay, is it still a D6, D4 on the damage?
The
Yeah, it's standard.
It's a
damage for
horseman's mace. Okay.
the detect magic spell is supposed to tell you what the pluses are, if there are any. That's the whole point of
it?
it. Yep. That's why it tells you
Nice.
if it's dim, weak. What was it? Dim, weak,
Moderate, strong.
Yeah, I
moderate,
didn't
strong, and overwhelming.
use the specific stuff from how it's described in Detect Magic, but yeah, if you want to base on that, as far as the bonuses, the spear +1, the mace +3, or magic that equivalent, because if you don't know if it does more than just
Yep.
help for hitting,
That's all you
that's
can
kind
tell
of
from
where
detect
that
magic.
gets
Yeah.
thrown off.
Yeah.
Right.
If there's any
sling stones +2, right? Sling bows.
if there's any special
said-
items, the description of the special magic item will tell you what detect magic will detect on it. So, like for example, a Holy Avenger is a any kind of sword +5 or whatever, but only to a paladin. Anyone else that uses it, it's a sword +2. So that's what detect magic will detect.
Right.
What did
So-
I detect about them?
And well, based on that, also Ed's armor is +1.
Yeah.
Right. I got that noted.
You say the mace was +3? Is that what you said?
Nice.
Is that attack
Wow.
and damage?
Yep.
I'm very
wouldn't-
happy right now.
Yeah. Out of character, I wouldn't
Yeah,
be surprised
well,
if that turns
you
into a
got
mace
the
of
loot
disruption.
horde from a cloud giant.
Yeah.
Out of character, what in Texas?
You got the loot horde from a cloud giant.
Out of character, I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being a sword of disruption or a mace of disruption. Because I think maces of disruption are +3. Pretty sure.
I have a
Is it a
swing.
footman's mace or a horseman's mace?
Yeah.
The horseman's mace.
Oh, okay. The
It's a
little
horseman's
one.
mace.
You can throw those though.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Well, as far as special enchantments on weapons and stuff, you could have pretty much, as far as how I do it, you can have pretty much any special enchantment on any sort of weapon.
Oh, cool. Okay.
When I roll a special weapon,
You roll the
special
weapon
powers,
table
I
after-
roll again for what type of
For
weapon
what type
it
of
is.
weapon? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well,
Yeah,
if I'm
I was
holding
thinking
the
about doing
weapon-
that, but
Yeah, you get a lot more variety that way.
a lot more variety. Yep. So you could have
You know, if it's something like Vorpal, it's going to be a slashing weapon, things like that. But
well, I always thought it would be funny to have like a Vorpal maul. You like hit them in the head with your maul and their head goes flying. You just knock their head off?
Or just splats it, yeah.
Yeah.
Crushes it completely, whatever, yeah.
Or like a
any of those
Vorpal
have-
Warhammer.
Do any of those have swords?
or you catch them in the head with a maul and it just rips their head off.
Yeah, I think Edward has a couple swords, and then Akar has a sword that Thalion used to have. It's a broadsword +1.
Yeah.
That's some fancy stuff right there.
Yes. Ed actually does not have any swords at all. He has his
Dagger.
axe that he had kind of cobbled together.
He's skilled in the sword,
and
but
a
he doesn't
dagger
have...
and a spear. Yeah, he didn't bother to buy one.
Yeah.
Probably something somebody wants to fix.
Yeah, we'll be fixing that.
Like he also didn't have a bow and knew very well how to use use one and didn't bother to tell Thalion that he knew how to use the saddle bows that Thalion was carting around.
Didn't Edward take both of Thalion's longswords?
No, remember the longswords got buried with Thalion.
No.
Buried with Thalion.
The longswords are embedded into the cairn that was built around Thalion, remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about that, but it was like, well, he bought them. There they go. But we
Well,
have
yeah,
a short
what are you
sword.
gonna do?
They weren't magical, so might as well.
Right. Yeah.
That's like the most common magical item in the game.
And we have
Or
a
magic weapon, that is.
short sword
Not in
and
this
sword
campaign.
belt. So.
By the way, you guys were talking about Vorpal blades. My third graders had memorized Jabberwocky as one of their. They memorize a new poem every month.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in, and one of the kids said, "It's time for Latin, Calu, Calais." So, by the way, sorry, out of character, I googled Mace of Disruption. As I'm waving the mace around, does it thing weird like give off light or anything?
Nope.
It's never supposed to. Yeah, light's never supposed to tell you what kind of magic weapon it is.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, shall we?
I think we shall.
I think we shall. Stick that sled on behind one of them there horses. We got Beef, we got Buckaroo. I don't know, Beef's already carrying quite a load. I'm not sure we should do that to poor Beef.
Yeah, well, Beef, Buckaroo, and Nakar's horse are all suffering pretty bad because Edward and Nakar are pretty heavy. That's why I was wondering if we need to split up, tie the sled to two horses to lighten things up a bit.
Oh yeah, whose horse am I going to ride on?
Oh, I'd be glad to let you
Okay, sorry for
double
the
on
skipping
Larry.
between maps. It did not want to let me move you all the way to the map I was aiming for.
Like, do we have any non-horses to ride?
Nope.
Oh, well.
Well, there's
Yeah.
Nubs, but
Nubs is busy carrying somebody, right?
Yeah, Nubs carries Kvik. Which
You can
Barrett,
ride
we still don't know
double on
Kvik's
Larry.
name yet. He's never told it to you yet. So just
I
keep
believe
that
I
in mind.
kind of like went around introducing myself.
Yeah, you did, but Kvik never told you his name.
Oh,
Just yet.
yeah. So I guess that would...
Just putting it out there.
So, other Hobbit, or Halfling, I don't believe we made a formal introduction yet.
Are you from the Shire
No,
as
we
well?
No, not the Shire. I'm from Liberty. That's originally where I'm from. Being I served at the chapel of Ladix at Envor Keep though. But yeah.
Yeah, you told me all that.
Yeah, but so what is your name?
It's Kvik.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. Kind of weird. I haven't said that yet, but it's glad to finally know that.
all right, let's get going. I see the ping on the Giant's cottage. What are you trying to say?
That's where we are.
No, that's the group token is on top of the Giant's cottage. That dot there is from the encampment, Lord Barry's encampment, where you ran into the two slackers.
Right. I don't have access to the group, but we moved back to the refuge, so whatever the path is back to that.
So you're heading back to the refuge.
Yes. Direct route. Or most direct on path route.
Okay. Okay, so yes, it does take just basically a day.
Well, I guess to try ease my uncomfortableness while on a horse, I take out my engraved flute and just play some basic tunes.
Yeah, you're probably better off riding
User in
Cillian
your channel
behind
timed out.
Kvik.
Will there be room on a pony?
Okay.
It's probably more room
Sorry
than
about that,
Larry, isn't there?
It's possible. That was wrong one.
Like, I guess that thing. I don't know. Oh, like it feels weirder for two halflings to be on a pony than it does for like
Yeah,
a human.
I'm not real keen to that idea.
Yeah,
Myself.
and I literally just learned your name, so I'm not too comfortable. I probably am the most comfortable right now with Zilpha, because she's another priest.
Okay. That's fine. As far as your whisper there, Kvik, I'm not sure where that got annotated, if it even did. I know I gave you the background on it with the description of the armor.
Right, I remember the description in that, and it wasn't my armor, so I didn't annotate it. And I know we had talked about it afterwards, and you mentioned having the magical item note and that it would be there, or so I thought. And, it was his magical item, so it's not in his...
So as well.
So... But anyways, we can move on now.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, we'll take care of that later. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll have to dig it back up then. I know I have the notes on the GM layer on the Orc Fortress, or in the tower there, so I can grab it and get it sorted out. Okay, so it's a fairly long day's ride to get to the refuge from the cottage, with the trails that they had told you to look out for.
User joined your channel.
Sorry, guys. Internet went
Welcome back.
blanky blank.
Oh,
Okay.
Did I miss anything good?
not really.
We're just now getting to the refuges, looks like.
Good.
No.
Alrighty.
Okay, so it is in the 9th of the Velvet Moon. I hate those graphic glitches.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that doesn't apply. Okay. You make it up to the... Ooh, let me grab the map. Barrick hasn't seen this yet.
Yeah, is it just like a bunch of tents or?
No.
The refuge is an underground tower.
Everything is black. Hello, darkness, my friend.
Yeah, there's all sorts of tokens on the map that wouldn't be there anymore.
Like yeah.
Yep. Yeah, late in the afternoon, you come upon a section of trail that you recognize from the first time you approached the refuge. And I'm just cleaning up some of the old tokens and drop you guys on the map here in a sec. Yay! Cleaned up.
Oh, this is from Baldur's Gate. This map, at least. Is it? Looks familiar.
Whee!
And I missed in Texas, didn't I?
Here's Antixos. Where's beef? Don't forget beef.
Oh, beef.
Okay, are horses above characters or below them?
Below.
Mine are good.
Fix on
They don't always come in below. Sometimes they end up on top, so.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So, and Barrick, weren't you riding pillion with Zilpha?
Yeah.
Yep.
I offered. Larry's a fun
Yeah,
fun
there's-
and pleasant
Put your
ride.
token on the back half of her horse.
There we go. Oh, he's under.
It's on top for me.
Oh, okay. It looks under for me.
Yeah, me too.
There you go.
I guess I'll stomach
Should be fixed.
my fear of horses for now.
Oh, but Larry's such a nice horse, and he likes you so much.
Makes me uncomfortable.
You mentioned riding wild boars. Have you seen any place where to purchase those?
Well, not wild boars. I'm not. Just,
Well, riding boars.
yeah, I guess.
As you're riding up, a car says, whoa, whoa, we need to check on the bridge first there on Tixos.
Yeah, and
Fair
Tixos
enough.
hasn't been here before. He doesn't know.
Uh-huh.
Barrett, come out back over and get on my horse.
Oh, yeah.
Kvik will jump down and go up to the bridge and kind of probe ahead to see if it's actually there.
Wait, you see a couple soldiers on the far side,
Hail!
on the far side of the creek.
We are
Oh,
friends of...
you made it!
We made it. Yep, we're back. Good to see you still here.
Yeah. One steps towards the middle and starts frantically gesturing at the guys on either side of the bridge to activate it, and you hear rumbling and echoing wooden thumps, and for just a second, after about a minute, for just a second, you kind of see the bridge rise up in the middle of itself and then settle back into place.
We hear the final sounds of it locking in.
Yep. And then the sounds die out.
Okay, we should be good.
Oh, interesting. Illusion magic. I should have known.
Sounds so enthusiastic.
I'm always enthusiastic. Thanks a lot.
He's pretty excited right now, so don't get him too riled up.
It has something to do with my metabolism.
Comes from being big boned.
Sorry about that, Josh. I was trying to grab one of the soldiers and grabbed a car's horse. Hey, they're about packed up inside. You want to head down? You grab some grub and what's left of the beds. Most of them
When-
are all rolled up already.
Yeah, when are you heading out? In the morning?
We got about half a day's work left on the straightening out some shields and stuff.
What time is it right now? End of the day?
It's late evening. Yeah, it's getting close to sunset.
Okay. Okay.
About 7:30.
Well, we can probably make sure everything's done and buttoned up tight. Spend all day tomorrow doing the final preps and head out the day after.
Yeah, something like that.
That way we can get a good full day's rest prior to movement too. So we have them secure the horses and that and head on in.
I concur. I could
Okay.
use a good meal. What do you think?
I can always use a good meal.
Good meal always sounds good to me. I love a big meal.
Maybe they'll have some taters.
All right. And so soldier trots up and ties a line from the edge of the tower ruins that you can see, runs it over and ties it to a stake in the ground next to the guys that are operating the bridge mechanism.
Craig ties off nubs to the
Take it long for you.
That'll do.
I also have to head off soon.
Well, I think we're coming to a natural
Yeah.
pause, so.
Yeah. Are you guys going to go into the tower?
I'll go in.
It's all black everywhere. Oh, there.
Josh is about to trip his horses on the picket line.
Yeah, I don't know why Josh likes to ride around. I remember Thalen used to do the same. He just rode around in a big circle. Very spirited.
Yes, okay. Barrick, you see, Zilpha kind of reaches through the ground in the top portion of the little bit of ruins that you can see and pulls a trapdoor up from out of the ground like the door moves through the ground like it was nothing.
Come on down, guys. They have food down here, I bet. Let's go.
Food sounds good. I like food. And
I knew that'd
magic.
get your attention.
Those two things are my favorite. Food and magic.
Shall we try to drag the book down here or what?
What about magical food?
Yeah.
Oh.
Magical food is always
Have the
good.
soldiers help us secure the goods on the sled.
Magical food is always good.
We'll watch anything you don't want to take down with you. See, you got that sledge.
Magical food is always good,
I ain't seen
unless
nothing
and of
in the
course.
area for the whole week.
That means we're about to be hit.
Still there.
Magical food is always good, unless and of course it's cursed.
That's true. You're a wise man.
I don't know about wise, but I sure am
And
hungry.
I'm just double checking what tokens are actually still here. No.
We'll get help or Ed and whoever in carrying the book down. We won't leave the book out. The other things are a little more mundane, can stay outside if need be, but we won't leave the book outside.
No way.
Okay.
I just named a car's horse Hesher.
I like it.
All right. Okay. Head down inside.
How's our sled holding up after a day's worth of travel? Good?
Yeah, it's doing all right. Yeah, the boards are kind of grinding away on the ground.
Yeah.
It must
Uh,
be an annoying sound.
You can see further to the south of the actual tower ruin there. You can see they had a couple of big wagons, so, and some draft horses.
Cool. So I'll deal with that on tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm getting back.
So once
we'll
you come
check on
down
Chicago.
into
Okay.